Hello, hello, CCW, my loves. How are you? And hello to the other beasties who are out there. We're just gonna sit and talk about nothing for a little bit until give people a few minutes to trickle on in, since YouTube's being silly with notifications. So, how was your day, Croc?
Not too bad. I got a lot of work done. So
CCW, that's fine. Did you Are you having a better day? I saw your email comment. I mean, I'm sure you're wiped out from yesterday, but let me know if you're feeling okay or if you need anything. Um,
hello, welcome.
hey, Will Call Magic. How are you? Everybody, welcome to Loki. Sounds like she's been a six-pack a day smoker for 30 years. Ugh. So you got stuff done. That's good, Croc. Yeah, Croc muted himself because of his microphone.
I muted myself because of background because there was going to be background. There was impending background noise. But no, actually, I caught a game review last night or a game to review last night,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just about done. I'm just about done with the review. Game was really short.
Hey, Cal, how are you, darling? We're being chill right now. We're going to let people have a few minutes to filter in. I'm streaming earlier than I generally do. I mean, there's a few people that weren't going to be available till like 8 on the dot, so we're giving them a few minutes before we
Well,
get into.
I don't
Oh,
know if we were supposed to do this. We were supposed to do Patty at. We're supposed to do 8 p.m. Patty's time, or your time. So I was going. I went with.
she's on her way. How she's on the way.
Yeah. Well.
She sent me a text that she was like 20 minutes away.
Yeah.
She's good.
That's not too bad.
Hey, Mean John. CCW, I'm holding up. Dad will be discharged Tuesday morning after his biologic injection. He said he's really not having any side effects yet, but those probably won't hit him for a few days, um, or possibly till closer to the next round. Um, I'm holding up. Obviously, not sleeping a tremendous amount has dropped my non-existent immune system a little bit more. That's why I sound like the Marble. I sound like like Patty and Selma from The Simpsons.
Whew.
I'm just saying. I mean, I wouldn't mind sounding like our Patty, but that's the only Patty I'm okay with. Peanuts Patty or Patty from The Simpsons, not so much. So we have that going for us. So it's a short game you reviewed, Croc.
Yeah. The game was much shorter than I expected it to be. A little first person shootery thing.
Yeah, I can't
That
play
was
those
released
games.
just a few days ago, actually.
I can't play FPS games.
Well, it's not an FPS game. It's a third person shooter. Um, wherein just about everything is somewhat improvised.
Yeah, I still can't. CCW was the drama from the beginning of yesterday. So, um, ever since I had Fry on, I have had several people, some of whom are Lair members, who were not very nice to him in chat and have made assertions that he is in over his head, he is not smart enough, he doesn't know enough physics or engineering, when these people do not have the level of education either. So we're in a glass house over there. Um, and I've had several who have subsequently watched him on my channel because he promoted it heavily on his feed, and he very rarely, if ever, does interviews because he doesn't like public speaking. And CCW, I know you couldn't see what he looks like, but he is essentially a punk metal head from the 80s, and still has, shoulder length, now gray hair, and is a, what's it called? Is, a tattoo artist. He's covered in tattoos. He wears like tank tops and stuff. And people seem to wrongly correlate his looks with his ability to think. And some of these people, and on top of it, he's comfortable with me. Um, he wasn't comfortable with other people that had asked for interviews. But these people went and trashed him on Twitter, in some of the gun cad forums, and people that watched this show. And somebody commented that even the girl's smarter. Apparently, I'm supposed to be stupid, having had been a Maxim. Apparently, what I look like somehow negates my intelligence, which I'm still slightly confused by, but go off. But that, combined with some of the people in chat making less than nice comments, got under my skin, because he reached back out to me and said, and commented that, what some of these trolls were saying. And so I went and looked, and I was horrified when at least one it was a Lair member. So that's why I made it very clear that what I won't tolerate is talking down to my guests, or talking about them in a rude manner. The other issue was, and CCW, I can give you some of the other stuff to it that I'm not going to openly say on air. There have been several people recently who did not heed warnings or chose to ignore everybody saying, hey, this is a bad idea, and doing it anyways, and then having a pity party for themselves when things ended up in a matter they were warned about. Hey, Memento.
Hello, Maury. Nice to see you.
You put yourself in a situation. Don't complain then when you're in that situation and things go how you were told they were going to, and snap at people who are well-meaning. Hey, Raz. And so my rant, CCW, was, I joke it was the, Lashon Hara, the we're not going to speak ill, especially when we don't have a leg to stand on ourselves. And it's just not something I'll tolerate in my community. We can disagree. We're all adults. And I invite disagreement. We have a wide range of political leanings in the community. Hey, Patty. We have a wide range of them. And not only do we have a wide range of political leanings, we have a large, view of firearms leaning. There are some people that are subbed and are have been with us since the beginning, who don't like guns and who are not gun people.
Those people are silly, but we can respect that.
We're not going to call them silly. They're free and valid to have their opinion. But they are here to learn and to maybe change their opinion, or to have open discourse and dialect. Crocker, you got to turn yourself down a little bit. All I can hear is all your background noise.
Yeah, give me a second.
I got you temporarily. I don't stand for it. I unmuted you. You good?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
I turned the gain down a little bit.
Yeah, no. Hey, Patty.
Hi, everyone. Sorry I'm running late.
You're good. Patty, you're really loud. Let me turn you down.
Okay.
Hold on.
Lynch.
See, I can't do that kind of thing manually.
I can.
Just me.
There we go.
Not
Yeah,
in
I can.
StreamYard anyway.
But you know, I was not I was not like I just don't tolerate that. And yes, we've already given that job to Thomas. Thomas
Okay.
has the job of like obnoxious dad joke or snarky Thomas, and we have snarky P over here on screen. So, you know, I don't.
That name's stuck. I love it.
I know, I love it. I love it. I just don't allow that in my community because it doesn't breed and foster good, good open dialogue. Crow, the couple that aren't big gun people still enjoy coming here and learning about them, and they admit that some of their bias against guns is because of past things. And they're here because they don't get jumped on in chat. And like I said last night, we are not Emily D. Baker level of PC, but we're also not Nick Ricada. You know, I try to keep us at a fairly free, happy medium. And as everybody who's been here since the beginning of my channel can also tell you, there's a very specific YouTuber that I very intentionally, not only did I yeet them from that one stream, but this particular person, you know, I was on the receiving end of them berating me openly on the internet in the middle of their live streams, which felt like crap. So I don't do it. If I have an issue with something you've said or done, and Croc and people can attest, I will get you after and tell you what you can and can't say. But, you know, we don't do things openly and publicly. And I'm just not a fan. And that was the rant. I just was not happy with people's behavior. And, you know, it was time for Mom to be like, y'all, we're not going to act up like this.
And we love the fact that you're mom to all of us. And when you step out of line, it's not public humiliation. It's, I'm taking you to the car, but we're not going to do this in the middle of the supermarket either.
Right. Right. And you know, I can wholeheartedly attest that I've sat in the car at a restaurant with a small child because I was not going to ruin every other diner's experience out when they were spending their good hard-earned money to eat out with a small child acting like an absolute gremlin. So
exactly, CCW. Don't make me pull this stream over.
Right. And if I have to pull the stream over, I'm going to stop the stream, but I'm not going to have a tantrum and stop it like someone else who likes to rage quit. So that's what that was. That was people needing that reality check from Mom. Hey, Claude, how are you? Patty, I don't know if you heard. I said I want to sound like you, not Patty from The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Right now, I sound like Patty from The Simpsons.
Yeah, well, I was training Apple, and she got to go to a restaurant for the first time, and a huge compliment to the restaurant because they didn't realize until I left that she was sitting in the chair next to me while we had dinner tonight. So awesome. We're talking like excellent little puppy. So I figured it was worth a few extra minutes to really get her a good experience about being able to go places and hang out with people and not bark and make noise.
Yeah.
So I apologize for being late, everybody, but I had a really good excuse.
Well, me and John, if I sound like Patty, I'd sound like Selma too by default. But I'd rather sound like our lovely Patty.
Yeah, Patty's feeling better. Patty actually woke up this morning and felt like decent, human.
Yeah, you know, my kids, My tiny humans aren't, not always well behaved, but we gonna sit in the car and it's gonna be a long time before you go back out. You gonna have to show me that you're not gonna act a fool in public, because what we're not doing is creating a scene or making me yell in public. Not a
Well,
fan.
yeah,
I will pull the stream over.
not creating drama during a stream is a good thing.
Yeah, I just don't understand people. People drive me nuts
Well, I mean,
lately.
it's like anything in life. There are rules you are expected to follow. Some of them are unwritten and just part of the polite decorum. You know?
It's called a social contract.
Yeah.
Um, Crow, I don't think so. I had a sore throat. That's why I bounced last night. I had a sore throat and I just thought I was a little bit dehydrated or something. And then I woke up with this lovely hacking cough, and I have not been out and anywhere. And my small person was not at school for a couple days, so I don't know. I don't think. Unfortunately, the reality is, the meds I'm on, and I've never hidden this. I'm heavily immunosuppressed. I am, chemotherapy level immunosuppressed. So if I look at somebody coughing on the other side of a window, I somehow end up sick.
Well,
I
it's my fault because I was on the live stream coughing. So I'll
Yeah,
take.
there you go. I got it from Patty through the live stream, apparently.
Yeah, it's my fault. And we can blame it on one of my coworkers who came to work. Although, you know what, cool clear water and Cro-Minion. Yeah, they are walking little germy petri dishes, and that's why I refer to my great niece and my great nephew as my germy little buggers.
I call my mini a force of biological warfare.
Duh.
I'm like, somebody get me the biological warfare.
Oh yeah, they definitely kids. If you're not around kids all the time to get all the little germs that they have, the first time you get around them and they're sick, they are going to get you major sick.
But it's not just that. I actually had this discussion with the pediatrician. Um, his wife's awesome. I've known the pediatrician. So that group that he's a pediatrician in, that was the group my mom took me to when I was born.
Oh.
Those are always the
And
best.
yeah, and the dad had, the son who was junior, um, was now like the oldest in the practice now. And I think he wasn't even out of med school when I first started, going there. And my brother's 52, and one of the doctors had treated both of my siblings, my nieces and nephews, who are in their early 20s, me and my tinies. And she retired a month after meeting Iz because she said if she has treated that many generations in one family, it's time to retire.
She's not wrong. She really isn't.
But I love her. She's hysterical. But I was talking to the pediatrician that kind of replaced her. He's a younger guy, really great guy, same age as me. And his wife's an allergist and pediatric allergist and immunologist. And he made the comment that he calls, kids that, my small person's age, um, children of the virus, like children of the corn, because they were all so isolated and not allowed to be in things like preschool or daycare or any of that. And then, and they were stuck at home. And then even once they were allowed out, it was minimal. There was distancing. Everyone had masks on. Well, now that everything is lifted, things that wouldn't normally bother them, um, things that normally wouldn't bother them, like every kid has in mass, because none of them have immune systems. They all, didn't have exposure to germs. So it is way worse these days. Oh my Lord. Um,
Yep.
yeah,
I will not play the drums with the tiny arms. No,
You
you don't
couldn't
want.
reach the drum set.
Probably not. No, I'm actually
That's why I'm over here
growth are pretty
laughing.
small.
he could probably do like cymbals.
No, I'm just imagining his little tail hitting it like a snare or something.
No, I think of like the organ grinding monkey
Oh no.
with like the two
Can we get
cymbals.
can we get him a little spiked leather collar?
We can.
No,
Yes.
you
Yes.
will get bit for that.
No.
Try me.
I was a dog catcher for 6 years. I can handle a croco squirrel. One little pinch on that little jaw of yours, yeah, you ain't doing nothing.
Wait, Patty, did I tell you about the tiny person and her gator?
No. Now what?
So when I was living in New Orleans, we had she called him Cranky. She named
Yeah.
him Cranky. Cranky lived under my office.
Yeah.
Cranky is an 8-foot long alligator who
Oh.
likes chicken nuggets.
She used to feed him chicken nuggets, didn't she?
Well, yeah, but that's not how he started. They found him on the second floor of the production building after Katrina, happy as a clam, eating like the fish meal that
Well,
the
of
company
course.
made. Because, the water had been high enough, he was up there chilling. And then by the time they tried to kick him out, all of the guys that worked there, because we'd docks on both sides, they would feed him, the chef would feed him leftovers from the kitchen. He loved fried chicken and chicken nuggets. And
Well,
he had been there so long that like he just decided this was his area, and he would go lay in front of the big gates on where security was in the driveway to get into the compound and
no.
block traffic and sun himself. And you would go yell at him and he would like open his eyes and look at you and go back to what he was doing. So you needed to take an air horn in a can and go blow it near him. And even then, he would look at you, lumber like 5 feet to the left, and plop back down. Like
You just get out of the way of traffic.
Yeah, he would just move enough and right back to where he was. And he lived under my office. So she named him Cranky because he was generally somewhat cranky. And if you needed him to move or go someplace, you could literally, no, Mayor Wrench, we're just talking randomly, waiting for people to filter in. You could put down chicken nuggets like, ooh, piece of candy, ooh, piece of candy, and follow them if you needed to move him.
That's awesome, though, that
Well,
she had
right, but
level
she was really mad that I couldn't bring him home, especially when she saw.
Okay.
Wait, there is an emotional support alligator in Philadelphia, and the owner walks it on a leash, and it's little. It's maybe no, this one's a dwarf. It's like maybe 2 or 3 feet long, and he's little. But this guy walks it on a leash. Someone someone had it in a tank, and then animal control. Yes, the emotional. Yeah, he likes to be in the love fountain in Philly.
Well, see, I would have actually named the alligator down in Louisiana Speed Bump.
Yeah.
Why?
For his love of being a speed bump in front of the
So So the problem with that one is, Lord Cranky, he was like 8 to 9 feet long and probably close to 300 pounds.
Yeah, when I lived in Florida, there was one and he was 12 foot, and I have no idea how much he weighed, but you looked outside for him before you took your dogs out for a walk.
Oh, there's no stray animals in that area. None.
Yeah, well, I didn't want my unstray animals to be part of a crocodile hors d'oeuvre.
Yeah, and there's also no outside pets that you see unattended, even in their own yard, courtesy of Cranky.
Yeah.
Crocodiles are actually quite fun, especially when they think they can run first. Don't ever
Yeah.
do that in a straight line.
Yeah. So,
Exactly. Actually get
yes,
away.
Wally is the support gator. But she was really mad that I said, like, look, we can't bring Cranky home. Yeah, he's an alligator, but we can't bring him home. They don't like the cold in Pennsylvania. And then she sees this one being walked on a leash in Philly on the news, and she's like, but Mom. And I was like, no, dear. There is a difference between this little support gator that they can pick up and Cranky, who can eat a small child or a medium-sized child
Well,
or
just show her
possibly an adult.
the video from the Disney World a couple years ago when a croc got a hold of a kid.
Oh no, she. But the problem is, Cranky loves her. Well, he did when we were down there. Cranky would literally sit outside my office and wait for her to come to work with me, and wait
Well,
for his chicken nuggets
because
and
he knew.
head pats.
Oh, Jesus.
He
Oh,
was
dude.
he'd
Wow.
been there for like 10 years, and you could pat him up, give him head pats.
The tiny human has no self-preservation
No, she
mode at
doesn't.
all. It's
No.
like it's gone.
She's
She's
a
like-
lot like her mother in this respect.
It loves me. It eats it eats chicky nuggies, and it loves me. And
I will
You
take
know.
it home and call it Cranky, and all my friends will be jealous.
well, she does call it Cranky, but she was so mad. I'm like, honey, the Wally can be put. Hey, Rain Man. Wally lives in a glass tank for one,
Rain
and for
Man.
two, can sleep in bed. Will sleep in bed with the owner apparently occasionally. I said there ain't no. Hey, J. Michael. I said there is no way
Hey, J. Michael.
300 and something pound gator. How do you think I'm going to get that thing home on a plane?
You're not. You'd
Mhm.
have to drive
Nope,
it in a
you'd
truck.
have to track it, ship it,
I was like,
and the licensing would be a horrifying mess.
I was like, I don't know what.
Hey, Loki.
What?
I do have a trailer. We do have chicken nuggets. I bet we could get it to load.
Oh no, we can, and I have a 3/4 ton diesel truck. That's not the problem. I said you cannot walk him on a leash in Pennsylvania.
Oh,
Why?
That'd be
Well,
funny.
his first winter
though.
would be a serious problem.
Why it snowed? It
I
snowed
could
more in
see
Louisiana
her.
than it has in Pennsylvania right now.
I could see it on the news. Gorgeous little tiny human walking down the street
With the waist length
Dropping-
hair.
dropping chicken nuggets with her long Rapunzel-like hair and her unicorn dress and her little fuzzy pink slippers with a gator behind her.
Yeah, the other problem
Perfect.
is Cranky was dumb enough that he would let you put a dog harness on him
Yeah.
and put him on a leash. So
Yeah.
if you're her. She had him on
Yeah,
a
I
leash
could see
once.
her
I'm like,
doing that.
we're not taking the gator for a walk. I don't care if you can get a leash on him. We're not. And then he would hiss and huff at people that he didn't like, which then left many full-grown adult men like cowering on top of a table or like trying to climb up each other like treed monkeys.
Oh.
And she'd walk over there and go, Quinky, come here, back, Quinky. We not do that, no hiss. And she'd give it a chicken nugget and it would meander off after her. I was like, oh God, this is not going to end well. So,
Well,
yes,
luckily,
Mayor Wrench, you were talking about the emotional support alligator Wally who lives in Philly.
How does he actually keep it that small is the question.
It's a dwarf.
Oh, it's an actual dwarf gator.
Yeah,
yes.
so the dwarf gator, I guess the gentleman that owns him now used to work at a zoo in like the reptile area at one point, and the animal control was called to a house that police had raided and found him in the bathtub.
Yikes.
And so they called him in, and then he had the gator. and this thing sleeps in bed with him some days. But I'm like,
There's a
the
YouTuber, and it's Snake Discovery, and they have a dwarf gator that lives at
Mhm.
their building, and it's cool. But they actually converted a bedroom for it for a long time, and it lived with a turtle. But
Yeah,
it's a dwarf gator, and they never get over like 4.5, 5 feet long. That's it.
right. But Cranky is not.
No, Cranky's a regular gator. Cranky's huge.
So I'm like, I don't know what to tell you, honey. Again, I've said you may not have a dog that you can ride. You're not having an alligator that you can feed other children to when they make you mad.
Yes.
Mayor Renfrick Gnome, I will. You stay away from gators, please.
Like, we are not. You will
Hey, Andrew.
feed other small children. Hey, Andrew, you will feed other small children to Cranky. You will take Cranky to the dog park if I'm not paying attention, okay? No. I was like, and someone says they were surprised Cranky hasn't been shot. He actually was shot once. What people don't realize, if you shoot a full-size gator like that, they have armor plating and bullets will deflect
Ricochet.
off.
There's one for Rain Man.
Yeah,
If you're going to shoot a gator, you have to shoot it in the exact right spot, or it will not penetrate.
Yeah, it'll just ricochet. But yes, so
it's like playing tennis with a brick wall. It's
yes,
it doesn't work.
No, she's still salty about it. I can't tell you how many times she complains that she wants Cranky back. And my former coworkers from down there, the vice president of HR was like, "You can have him." And I was like, no, she may not. Do not tell her that. Auntie Lacey, no, we do not tell her that. I am not dealing with that. I have to jump through hoops to get my damn hedgehog. What the hell kind of permit do you think I need for a full-size gator?
Actually, there are a few other places, but you're talking about the pineal eye that gators possess. Not much good for anything other than it's not a lot of good for anything other than just sensing light, but they do have them.
Claude, about to be 6, and about 6 months. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh,
I just
hold on. No, Patty, I just need you to look down. I'm gonna table the gator conversation for a minute.
Oh wow, that's just freaking amazing. Yeah,
I didn't think it could get worse than saying I've hired people and paid them to run my social media, and I still can't get a date.
There's a reason he can't get a date.
We're gonna see him on
It
that.
starts with that giant pimple in between his shoulder blades atop his neck.
Okay, but here's the problem. We're gonna see him on fucking 90 Day Fiance at some point.
Okay. Back. Everybody, what needs to happen is I have Odo the leopard gecko, who you can hand feed, and I just need to pack him up and go for a drive and say, "Tiny human, I have a dragon for you. It's not an opal dragon, but it's close. His name is Odo, and he was in charge of security for Starfleet. It's all good. Let's have some fun."
Oh no,
and she'd love him because you can actually put bugs in your hand, and he will take them out of your hand.
I've tried. I tried to get her. I've taken her.
Yeah, but it's not Aunt Patty's gecko that you've tried to get her.
No,
It's
I've
really
even taken her to. I've even taken her to the. We have an exotic reptile place here, and I've even taken her to look at some of the iguanas, Komodo dragons, some like the bigger lizards, and none of them compare to freaking Cranky.
Yeah, but Odo's cool, and he's
She likes them. She likes them. She just doesn't want one. She wants her gator that ate chicken nuggets and that she could hand feed.
Okay, so we get her a
like,
monitor and name it Chicken Strip. That's been done, but
she like won't. Hey,
Hi,
Mortessa, my
Mortessa.
love. But I'm just like, oh God, like you cannot have an alligator baby. And she does not. That argument does not compute in her little head.
Yeah.
You can't actually get smaller friends. It's not that hard. Um, Also, the other places you can shoot a gator is in the jointing between the armor on top and the scoots underneath. That works too.
Yeah.
Flotzillion.
Sorry,
Odo
I
is
got cut off. I
actually
was going to say that.
Odo was actually brought home the day that Renee, and I'm going to screw up pronouncing his name, the actor that played Odo on Starfleet, that was actually the day I got Odo and brought him home. So that's how he got that name. So, yeah, I like
Yeah,
Star.
yeah. CCW currently gets the sticker.
Here's a sticker.
If she's lucky, they won't put holes in the box.
I I don't know how anybody thinks this is going to go better than the Datamax video
You know what?
or stalking a female prosecutor.
Okay, first off, Betamax video was actually better quality than VHS. It just went sideways because
No,
they
no, 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 Croc.
Croc, we're not
You're
talking about
no,
Betamax
no.
video. We're
Hold
talking
on,
about him hiring a
hold on.
company to find him a date.
No, that's not what we're talking about.
That's what I'm talking about.
No, that's when they made the clip. Jesus Christ! When they made the clip thing of the dating, did you not see this?
Cool
I
Clearwater,
don't
he's
know.
another YouTuber who is not very nice to our Loki. And she did a
He,
lot of stuff for him, and then he was an idiot
I
and
I
used,
took him from 20,000 people up to 100.
and he just was not nice, not appreciative, and then he was
And
rude,
he
crude, and socially just an absolute monster.
right, but the problem, um, some of it was he would um, he would berate me openly by name on camera.
Yeah, I witnessed that at once or twice.
Yeah, so
And I
he
turned it
would
off because I don't put up with YouTubers doing that to anybody. It's not
right.
nice.
So he would do that, and
Yes, Rain Man.
I was not a fan. And his yeah, he kept numbers because he got them during different trials, but if you look at his live streams, he's getting as many views as I do on some, and he's got 120,000 and I have 800. And what we're referring to, for those who don't know what I am referring to, hold on.
I apparently don't. So
Wait, just hold on. Patty, do you have anything in your mouth?
No,
Okay,
my
I just have
tongue, teeth.
I that's fine. I'm just
I have nothing that will come out of my mouth when I spit, if I spit.
that's what I was checking.
Okay.
We're going to make this very, very short-lived.
Andrew, that's just disturbing.
We'll get there. Hold on.
Oh, look, there's Cortina.
oh,
You are allowed to say mean things about people. Opinion, even about another person, is totally legal. You can think someone is great, and you can think they're a jerk. And either way, it's legal for you to say so. In fact, here's an opinion for you. I think Murray is filing this lawsuit because his ego is so fragile and he is so thin-skinned that he uses lawsuits.
Hold on. This is not the part.
when did this happen?
Hold
I
on.
still
Hold
like
on.
the part where I trolled him
Wait,
by telling him he
hold
needed
on.
a magic 8-ball and then sent him one.
Wait. Here we go.
Well, hello, girl. How you doing? My name is Kurt, and a hot young lawyer. I have a nice little wine collection actually here. I've got a wine rack, and I drink quite a bit of wine. I'm very good with wine, not
Is it
white,
wino?
red Zinfandel. Very good with all the liquors. I'm very familiar with beer, very familiar with wine.
What is
Capricorn.
okay? I'm gonna throw up.
Hold on, wait, just hold on.
What's the most important thing in a woman? There's really only one answer. My dick.
Yeah, we're gonna stop there.
Yikes.
That is not a VHS. That was a former mod of his that he pissed off that and people. Mean John, he actually got his start on Leonard French's channel because they're both IP patent lawyers. So he got his start on Leonard's channel, and then he started his own. Wait, but yeah, if you're bored, all you have to do is just search, Uncivil Law Datamax, and there's like 8 more minutes of him discussing what he prefers in a female. But hey, you do you, boo. But maybe don't openly stalk. Yes, Mayor Wrench.
Yeah.
Wait,
I'm
wait.
completely with you here, Mary.
Hold on. Like what? I can't. I can't.
Questions.
I don't have questions. I need a taser and a restraining order.
Yeah. I also have statements.
Mhm.
Statement number 1, ew. Statement number 2, and statement number 3 is, does anybody have any hemlock so we can poison the red Zinfandel?
Okay, so
That's
Crow, you're allowed to be
oh,
Crow. I don't hate you. You're
Crow,
allowed to. Hold on.
Crow, it's not a problem.
Well, that's where a lot of my viewers came from. Although Crow, I've lurked in several chats, and a lot of the original uncivilians are long gone. But the number one thing the number one thing that I take issue with him, other than his being entitled and rude, is telling me that he expected to be a priority over my child or my cancer treatment. They have, trust me, Patty and people have seen the emails.
I'd like to go to Austin to have a conversation with him about his need to procreate and how I don't think that's a very good idea.
Yeah, but Andrew, I'm very close to that age, and how dare I? Whatever, I really don't give a shit anymore. But like, oh no, you're like, you having to do cancer treatment took precedence. Like, your chemo took precedence over coming to visit or being able to mod one of my streams. When my when my little person was there, I wouldn't, I would like be in and out modding, and was mad that she took priority over him. And how dare I? And that started the like, okay, go away. The finale to the okay, go away. And Crow, I don't know if this clicked with you or people. I'm open. I still have cancer. I'm open. That's not something I hide. He ran a fundraiser for a charity for my type of cancer. And he had scrolling across, so he did like a 20-hour charity stream, like most of the other, like most of the other law tubers have done, here or there. And here was the difference. At the bottom of the stream, he had text scrolling that said, any donations made through YouTube will go directly to the charity. If you would like to support me and not the charity, here's my Venmo, my PayPal, my this and my that. You held this out to be a charity stream. Everybody else that came on Law and Lumber, like all the people, even ones that don't like him, that came on because it was for charity, it was all under that pretense. But he sat there telling people to not use the YouTube super chat button and to just do it through his PayPal, so it went to him and not the charity. And to me, I take moral issues with that. So that was my issue. That was like the final. I mean, he was on one of my streams and he berated my oncology doctor, and I yeeted him mid sentence, as Patty and everyone can attest.
It was awesome.
Mid sentence, bye.
It needed to happen. And Will Call has returned.
Yay, will call. Okay, so yeah, I mean, Crow, that's the thing. You guys see a very small part, and the horrible personality you guys see. Yeah, Andrew, he did defend it, and it was pointed out that if it was ever turned over to the bar, he'd be in a lot of trouble. There are other things that have happened behind the scenes that make what you see of him on the scenes look like Mother Teresa.
I don't know. Mother Teresa was pretty nasty sort of critter.
Andrew, he always defends his behavior. He is never wrong. And if you ask him about him being never wrong, he will agree with you that he is never wrong. He is typical narcissist.
No, he's an incel. He is literally an incel who admitted that he admitted that he paid people to run his dating profiles and still couldn't get a date.
Yikes!
I can't.
I think that's magic. It takes effort to do that.
That's what I said. I'm like, you can't find someone that's shallow enough in Austin. Goddamn. Me and John, he is loosely associated with Attorney Tom. They're not far from each other. He's been on Attorney Tom's stuff. He is not in reality friends with any law tuber other than kind of Nate the lawyer and Nick Rekieta. Now, when the copyright thing happened, Rekieta told him to shove it and called him out, as did Nate.
Creed, I love you. That's awesome.
Yeah, Creed, that wouldn't help, and he would need to do all of that coke to maybe lose enough weight to not waddle in basketball shorts that are falling down.
Okay. Also, he was at one point friends with Leonard French.
Yeah, I know. That's where he got his start.
Criticizing Leonard for a hot take, and Leonard completely bailed on him after that. He just ghosted the guy.
Yeah, but I mean, Nate defended him to a point, but even with the copyright thing, they all kind of slammed him, and in private mindset. Mindset openly outed it. A lot of people didn't call him out on it, and he didn't see the problem. And when that happened to be the week my little one had COVID and the flu at the same time.
Yikes.
And he was mad I could not answer the phone to sit there and babysit him through his little temper tantrum and panic attack, that he wasn't wrong. And why can't he say, what's it called? With an M.
MRSA?
No. Not misogynistic things. And, Nick can say it and get away with it. He says it, and everybody, whatever. I'm like, because you're being serious, and it's very obvious that Nick's not.
Well, you remember the whole when Nate Boozy started being sued by Christopher Boozy and the whole thing, and Nate was doing a stream, and he started with the boozy bucks, and he brought in a ton of money at that point. Less than 5 hours later, Curtina's on his stream, and he's trying the same stuff, and it's like, dude, you're not going to have the same response because you're not Nate.
I would like to point out one more thing. You guys have all seen me live. The reason I'm not on camera right now is the last time I was on camera with the what's it called, the legging stream. Patty commented it looked like I was sucking on something because of my face. I've lost an incredible amount of weight being sick right now, and I look really bad. I don't look good, and it's not me trying to be like, oh, I'm just very sunken in, and kind of have a weird gray cast. So that's why I'm not. But that he has asserted he's out of my league looks wise.
Okay, first off, we couldn't get. I don't think Kirk could get 2 5s. I doubt he could get the first one. They probably.
I doubt he could get 10 ones.
Considering he is at best a 3. So, I mean that's I'm being generous here, I think. But yeah, no, with the added with the added attitude, he comes out somewhere closer to 0. So I
Right.
don't think 2 5s would put up with him for more than 30 seconds. They could do better.
Yeah. You know, I'm like, look, you're out of my league. Okay. Yeah. He sent a bunch of people to go tell me I was ugly the one day.
Honey,
On a stream. Hold on, I didn't say I was worried about it because he made that comment and tried to troll me in my looks after the gun lube video thumbnail. And Mindset and Bricada and everybody were like, my man. We're all looking at the same person. No. Hi, hold on, wait. Hi, reminded a bit to see what was happening. That stream was for you. He admitted it on brackets. Yes, Iris. Yeah, it's my 3rd round of cancer. Mean John, he's 40. He's 40.
Wait, he's 40?
Yeah.
I thought, holy crap, I thought he was older than he looks like he's older than I am.
Yeah, no.
He looks like he's in his late 50s.
Andrew, the harassing thing doesn't bother me as much as there's certain YouTubers that I can't collab with because he has essentially told them that, like, if I do, he'll make it into a thing and start shit, and I just have no desire to be part of that. Yeah, actually, Creed, he is in person. Trust me, he's really unattractive. And you say he's not that ugly, just fat. He is shorter than me and weighs more than 2.5 times what I do. You don't realize exactly how big he actually is. Yeah, Iris, he used to like randomly get up on screen and berate me and call me a dumb bitch and stuff because I would be like, Kurt, you're about to get your channel taken down over the shit you're saying.
Iris, I have battled depression for the last 15 years, and I'm not mean to people. Depression isn't a reason to be mean. He's just unhappy because nobody wants to be around him. It has nothing to do with his weight. It has to do with is in his little part, you know?
Here's the thing.
It's just it's so, you know, it's ridiculous.
That's not even it. I don't care what your looks are because what the outsides change, who you are doesn't.
Yeah.
When you tell somebody, I understand your child has COVID and influenza and is very, very ill, but I am more important for you to listen to me whine about the copyright strike thing. I am more important. There is the door. Don't let it hit you in the ass on the way out.
Hell, for that matter, Patty, I've got I've been dealing with a bunch of shit myself. I'm not a complete dick.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
You know, it's so much easier to be kind to people and know that other people are having a bad day. And if you've got one friend that you know their kid is sick, it's just kind of sad that his circle is so small that he can't reach out to somebody else. And I'm sure there's hundreds of his followers that would be willing to listen to him complain.
Oh yeah, they do,
You know?
and like Andrew said, people called him out for subverting all the money from the charity stream to himself, and he was like, I don't care, I did it to get viewers.
That's not going to help you.
Yeah, I know. I'm just how self-absorbed can you get, Andrew? A tampon is less absorbent than him.
I was going to
Okay.
say a sponge, but okay.
What?
Yeah, here we go. Tom's got a new rule for the lair, or at least a suggestion.
Oh no, I saw it. My rules, my lair bite me.
Okay.
Hold
It was a
on.
thought.
I don't care.
I thought it was I thought it might even be a valid thought.
It is a valid thought, but I mean, like, I have no issue talking about certain things. That's not drama. That's facts. That's not me trying to be dramatic. That is facts as to why things happen. But okay, so we're on to gun education. Yes, Iris, you are very right. On to gun education. So
Will call, I am sorry. That's just
Will
wrong.
call, that's mean. Hopefully his mail order bride has the common sense to pull something like that.
Hopefully, his
I'm hoping his
bride,
mail order
hopefully
bride
his
is
mail order
just wants
bride,
it.
If she shows, hopefully she takes one good look at him and gets back on the plane.
Don't even bother clearing customs. No, Iris. No, Iris. No, he raised like 10 grand through super chats, which went directly to the charity. But he got quite a bit more than that in donations to things like PayPal, because the whole stream kept saying, if you want to donate to me, not charity, here's how to do it to get around it.
He literally led everybody to believe that he was going to take that money and forward it, and no.
Okay, so here we go. We're gonna have actual gun education now.
Okay.
On the subject of things, I'm just gonna run over here and do a thing. Speaking of financial support, if you wish to financially support the Loki, there is a Venmo link.
And my PayPal, both up there.
Well, I got your PayPal in just a second.
Yeah, hold on. I'm just trying to adjust view on a screen real quick. Yes, Iris, that is why I totally cut ties. Because that's behavior I do not stand for. Okay, so yesterday when we were talking last night, when we all talked last night, we were having a discussion about being able to tell. Oh, thank you, Andrew. I'm trying to hit my 1,000. I'll be happy. I'm happy with my people that I have here. I love my community because we're genuine. We're genuine and we're supportive. And people in this chat can attest. If you disappear, I will message you multiple times to check on you, because I actually care about my members. Y'all aren't just a number to me. So we were discussing yesterday about shot placement, right?
Yes.
And issues with the red dot site and sites floating and all of this, right? So, hey, Sod. So,
yeah, I've seen more than a couple of those myself.
Yes. Okay. So here's the thing. So if you take your target and you bring it back after putting the rounds down range. Okay, I'll get to you, Crow. Hold on. We're going through all of them, because it's not just what is in these little captions. But yeah, CCW. I'm not a red dot site person, but I know a lot of people are, which is fine. I'm an iron sites girl. So if you look, hold on one second, guys. I have to send an answer to someone really quick. Okay. So if we look at this topper, you're scattered, right? No group. Everything is. Well, Mayor, I am doing this for you, so let's see if we can get you there, okay? So give me a minute. If we look like this, okay, and everything that you see is within the circle or near, it's just a scattered group. Everything could be a problem. but there's nothing specific that gives a clear indication. So what you need to do is take a clean target, set it out, neutral point of aim, work on your, very deliberately think about, your aim, your grip, and how you're squeezing the trigger, and see where it ends up. This I most see at a range when somebody's sights are off.
Or they're
And
very, very new.
they're very new. Well, no, because new you usually have one of the other patterns I'm going to get to.
Well,
But
as a newbie, I had a lot of that pattern for a while.
yeah, no, I'll explain. Hold on, just trust me, Croc. Trust me here. We got this. This either means your sights are off, okay, or if your sights aren't off, you're just not using great technique. Iris, I'll get you in a second. So, what I say with that, and my Mayor McNome, is this what yours looks like, or is yours just everywhere, or is it in a certain distribution? Because a lot of them look like this, and that is either your sights are slightly off, or you just need to take a deep breath, move a little slower, and check your aim a little better. The other thing that you will see, and I'm going, yeah, saw it. I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get to that, but we'll get to that in a second. So the other thing that I see this happen with newer shooters, and I think Mortessa, who was here before, Mortessa and I have talked about this. It is that you are closing one eye. So here's the thing. Most people will close one eye. And okay, I got to mute you for a minute, Croc, with people in the background. So what you're looking, people will close one eye. But the issue with that is, if you do the are you left-eyed or right-eyed thing, you hold your thumb, look past your thumb, make sure it's covering something with both eyes open, close one eye and see if your thumb jumps off of it, close the other one. If it stays where it was originally, tells you your dominant eye. It has to do with eye dominance. The problem with shooting with one eye closed is you actually lose depth perception. You have virtually no depth perception if you don't have vision in one eye. Or I do know people that don't have vision in one eye, that don't have depth perception issues, but they have trained themselves. So a lot of it you'll see is closing one eye and depth perception. So if we go under no group, we're going to go vertical center. This is sawed where I said this would be your problem. Weak shoulder muscles, you sway forward or back, or you're breathing during aiming and firing. And that's where you're going to get these vertical groupings. So if you're getting a straight vertical group, you're either rocking back and forth a little bit, or your chest and shoulder muscles and upper back muscles aren't quite strong enough for the recoil, and it's pushing your upper body back. Right? It's pushing your upper body back, and you're not kind of leaning into it adequately and stopping. So it's either pushing you back because you don't have quite enough strength for the recoil. Okay, Mayor. And that's making you sway, or you're fatiguing and your chest and shoulders your shoulders are fatiguing, so you're kind of drifting. So that's what you'll see there. Now, if you've got this vertical center placement going, my advice is what Sod was saying, what a lot of people will say, it's that you use a bench rest. Take a bench rest or a sandbag and work on it with your arms on a sandbag or a rest, right? And work on it. And make sure that when you're sat on a bench rest, your aim is true and straight. And if that fixes it, then you need to work on your strength, or you need to look at the option of other springs. So I have had people that, they use a bigger caliber, they have a little bit of a problem, they can't overcome the shoulder muscles being weak and fatiguing, something.
Oh, they could be like me and
So
have a broken right elbow that never healed properly, and the recoil makes it hurt worse.
right.
Yeah,
And
that's me in the left collarbone, but my right eye these days is way worse than the left.
but
Serious vision problems now.
that's when
That's because you're old.
No, it's because I'm diabetic.
Oh, well, that too.
Not that my eyesight was ever was
Oh,
ever all
okay.
that
Can I
great
finish
to
my
begin with.
She's going to mute the lair.
Skwerl?
What?
Do not interrupt me while I'm explaining this. I have jack of enough of a voice right now. I'm not going to repeat it multiple times. Where you need to talk to a gunsmith and change, you can change out your recoil springs and it will reduce it. Or you can go with a target load or a lighter target load and see if that helps. And if that's the case, that's when you have to start looking at some of the modifications, right? Okay. Yeah, I mean, telescopes through years, both eyes open, it does. It does avoid eye strain. It avoids a lot of problems, depth perception. But there are some people that can't. But regardless, if you have this vertical placement grouping, you need. He's not really in trouble. It's just I'm not going to have enough of a voice to repeat it. He's not really in trouble. If he was actually in trouble, I wouldn't have said it here. I'd have said something to him off screen. It's just I don't have that much of a voice. So, that's when you need to look into changing ammunition, springs, or little gun tweaks. So then we have this one, the high center, which is apparently our love iris. So generally, you're braking, pulling your wrist, you've got your front sight off, or you're healing. So you have that. Now, the kind of healing you're having, it means you are applying the majority of the pressure to the grip with the heel of your hand, right? And that's pulling you up. Okay? So you're going high. Rayman, everybody does it, not just cops. It's just because you're using a target load. And some of that is you don't want, you'll tire yourself out. I put 200 and 300 rounds downrange every time I'm there. And, it'll fatigue even me, who routinely puts 200 and 300 rounds downrange with, a 50 caliber, a 44 mag. So either you're healing or you're breaking your wrist up, which means as you're shooting, you're allowing the recoil you're anticipating and pulling and allowing your you're essentially anticipating it. So you're breaking up, right? Because you're breaking up because you're applying the pressure with the heel of your hand, or you've in the past allowed your muzzle to drop and been limp wristed, and now you're overcompensating and it's hitting the target as it's flicking your wrist back. So if you're healing or you're breaking high, what I recommend, and this is like one of the strangest things I've told to some people, go get a carpal tunnel wrist brace. Like one of the fairly rigid ones, not the elastic one, and put that on while you're working on shooting. It won't allow, like if you get one of those like the harder Futuro ones that like look like that you can lace them on the back, a wrist brace like that, it won't allow you to break your wrist high, right?
Or back.
Or back. So it's a good way to train yourself out of it. It's a great way to hold you in place and train yourself out of your wrist breaking high.
I've actually got 2 of those, one for each hand.
Right, but it's one of the
reason.
Right, but it's one of the remedies I tell people a lot. Don't become reliant on it because you can't wear it all the time, but when you're initially trying, it's a great way to train your body and the little muscles in the hand and the little muscles of the forearm to know what the recoil's feeling like that, and you can't break high. So then we have the left horizontal. So this comes from 2 things. This is probably Patty's problem, partly. You're relaxing your elbow as the shot is breaking because it's causing you pain.
Yep. 100%.
And so you probably have the left horizontal placement grouping, because as you start to feel that pain, your instinct is to let your elbow bend a little bit. So
exactly.
So that you're not, bones are great with compression, but they suck with things like rotation. And, when you're holding straight out, you're going to conduct all of that velocity straight back through the bones. And if your elbow hurts, you will break your elbow. And I don't mean like break as an injury, but like you'll let your elbow bend a little bit. And that's where you're going to get that left horizontals, because you're relaxing it, or you're holding it and using the wrong part of your finger. Now, and any of my military people here know, they will tell you keep your booger hook off the bang switch, right? But one of the biggest things I see when I'm teaching new shooters is people want to like shove their entire finger in and use that middle in between the first, and in between your distal index phalangeal joint and the more proximal, also known as that middle piece. Everybody wants to use that middle piece. If you do that, what you're actually doing is that you have too much of your finger through the trigger guard, and you will break in every time you squeeze, because that's biomechanically, that is biomechanically what your body is going to force you to do as you, hold your hand out right now and try to touch the fatty part of your, like below your thumb on your hand with your pointer finger, and you'll see that your wrist wants to bend in. So, in those cases, like Mayor Rancho was saying, you just want to use the tip of your finger. That's it. You want to use the tip or, close to that first joint, because you can, if you don't bend that top joint of the finger, you can use that and it won't break your wrist in. But if you have your finger curled, you will biomechanically pull your wrist in. So I'll answer that in 1 second. So, those are these four. Most commonly,
Excuse me.
bless you, I see the high center with a lot of women, or what we're going to see next, which is the low center. We'll call it 38. You let your wrist break because of the kick. Right. So that's what you have to remember. Now, we're going to go down here. Vertical center, left horizontal. Okay. So now if I look at a right horizontal, that is usually too much pressure with your thumb, okay? You, a lot of the times at that point, when you start breaking that way, someone like me has told you that you're letting your wrist break in, which means towards the midline of the body. And so you are compensating by trying to push back with your thumb, right? Crow, this is what I'm saying, like right now. You're anticipating it too much. You're squeezing and you're using that, the heel of your hand or your thumb to try and compensate for what you think is going to be your wrist breaking in or, towards the midline. So that's when you start to see them, pulling them horizontal, like right horizontal. You're trying to overcompensate for a left horizontal. So instead, you're going to go right, you're going to end up with a right horizontal because you're squeezing to overcompensate for being left horizontal. Now, if you start with like a low horizontal left, you are not only pulling the trigger, you're doing it, and you're not using the tip of your finger, you are using even more of your finger, and I think this is what you're referring to, and letting it break. And when you're pulling the trigger, you are pulling it far too hard, and you are moving the whole gun. You're moving the entire thing, midline of the body and down. And you're letting your limp wristing, right? Your limp wristing, which is letting you go low. And, you're applying too much pressure with either your pinky, the fingertips that you're not using, like you're squeezing the grip way too hard because you're worried. So you're worried about your grip, so you're squeezing way too hard, and those bottom fingers are pulling you in. And you're going down because you're limp wristing it. And again, if you're breaking high or it's a limp wrist issue, I absolutely tell people to go get one of those wrist bracelets, put them on, and practice like 15 or 20 or whatever you're comfortable with rounds that way. And then to do the second half of your shooting without it. And slowly train yourself out of needing it as a crutch. Because now you know what it feels like. And when you really, really tune yourself in to what part of my finger am I using on the trigger? What am I doing with my wrist? You'll start to know what feels right. And when you go to that bad habit, when you take a wrist brace off, like letting your wrist break and drop, or your wrist breaking high because you're anticipating it, it'll feel off, and you will start to self-correct. Because your body is going to say, your brain will say, like, we've been doing this. We've been, and these muscles that I'm feeling the recoil with now aren't the muscles I was feeling the recoil with earlier when I had the wrist brace on. And that will clue you in and make you more aware of what you're doing. So you have that one. Horizontal center, it's generally your stance, and it's generally a bad weaver stance in my, you know, it's generally a bad weaver stance. Um, if you're doing a horizontal group, your body's going left and right. You don't have a great hand grip, you know, but it's generally a bad weaver stance. High right is, again, you're limp wristing. You're slacking with that wrist and letting it break high. You're letting the recoil, bend your elbow down and muzzle flip. Okay? Or you're still healing, or you're anticipating your recoil. You know that it kicks, and so you're squeezing extra hard and you're pulling up because you're worried about the kick. So you are like anticipating it and you're breaking it high, which you will see. Now, these ones I see a little bit left. So, a low right, you're generally snatching. You've got, your finger in the trigger and you're like pulling, and you're pulling your hand and the whole pistol out and to the left. I mean, out and to the right. Like, you're squeezing hard and like jerking it out. Or, you're letting your wrist go slack at a weird time. Low left is generally you're canting the pistol kind of left. So you're aiming it a little bit left, but the weight of the pistol is too much, right? The weight of the pistol is tiring your forearm out, or it's too heavy for you right now, and you either need to beef up your forearms, you need to work a better, hand and grip and stance, and maybe lean on a wrist a little bit, or put less rounds down range with a heavier weapon. Like I said last night, and like I always say, I don't recommend really light weapons. You will feel the recoil a lot more. You will be a much better shooter with a weapon that can take sod. I will have Krakow put this up in the next chart I'm going to show you. I'll put them up. They'll go up on the community tab, and then you guys can download them and print them. Okay. That most of these most instructor handbooks have them. I just have digital forms. So the left low, the gun's too heavy, and we're probably letting our wrist break in, or our elbow, because our elbow hurts because we're being a patty who's got the bad elbow. That kind of thing. So you need to look at where your groups are. Now, what I will tell you is many ranges that say you have to buy targets here, and they're really expensive, or you don't want to change the target constantly. Bring it forwards and just get the cheap ass little round white labels at like Office Max and just pop them over the holes. Or pick a color round label and pop them over it. Fix what you think your problem is and see where your next set of your next grouping is. Put a different color over those. See if you overcompensated. I was breaking low and left. Now I'm breaking high and right.
Yeah,
That tells me you went, way too far.
Yeah, just getting those labels and redrawing the lines over those labels, it takes no time at all, and it is a great way to be able to self-critique and not feel bad about, I've shot up 20 targets. You've used one target and a bunch of labels from Office Max.
Radiant. Yes,
hold on. And then there's one thing. There was one.
Okay, hold on one second.
There was one place I went one time. I tried that stunt, and they yelled at me. Holy shit! They did not want me doing that.
Yeah, well, they can bite me.
Well,
You know,
targets were
it
like
depends
10
on the gun range.
Okay,
Well,
okay,
the
hold
gun
on
range can
hold,
catch you
hold on
little
1
tiny-
second.
Ah,
1 second.
It
Yeah,
truly depends on the gun range you go to,
Rain Man.
whether they're open to it or not.
Yes, the website is at the bottom, but you cannot get to the part of it easily where this graphic is. That's why I'm going to pop it up. Yes, the copyright for it in the website is there. Sod, I'll put it there. To get to where it is on the site, they generally make you have an account. Okay, you guys can go back to your thing. I was just trying to answer that question.
Okay.
You
So-
first, Krakow.
okay, this particular this place was they were thinking of themselves high women there with, or most of the people that they are shooting were women with little tiny pistols, and I'm going, maybe you girls should get a real gun. And let's do that. But yeah, I hauled out the weapon I was carrying that day, and I had a bunch of those little stickers with me. Shut up the target, brought it back because they want $15 a pop for paper targets. I'm like, no, no, we're not doing it. Went to start putting the little rounds on it, and the guy grabbed my target, tore it in pieces, and then told me to get my ass off his range. I'm like, fine, fuck you, I'm not coming back, and I'll tell all my friends about you too. Yeah, apparently that was rude.
It truly depends on the range. I've been to some that were on military bases. I've been to some in wildlife refuge. I've been to the ones that are at, you know, the target shooting range that's underneath the gun store. It just depends on where you go. I grew up shooting in the backyard, and targets weren't cheap. So
But
you
you
did
can
what you
still
had to
get
do. It just really depends on where you go to shoot and where your practice is. If you've got a friend that's got 5 acres and you've got a backstop,
all day,
shoot
every
up
day.
that same target a dozen times. In the fall, you can go buy 8 bales of hay, and you got a place where you can pin a target, and you can shoot on those hay bales for 4 or 5 years.
Okay.
Yeah, you
So,
could. See, but then when I can buy when I knew a place at that time where I could get 100 count of the damn things for $50.
Well, yeah.
So,
But gun stores have to make their money somehow, and unfortunately, that's how they make it. I've been known to print a bullseye on a piece of paper at the office and run 100 copies of it and use that as a target.
Yeah.
It just
I mean,
it depends on your budget.
Assuming that the office is okay with you making all those copies of things.
Well, if you bring
Some
your own
offices-
paper in, usually they're okay with it. I mean, you can get 3 cents a sheet and go to Kinko's and Office Depot and places like that and print the same thing.
okay. So this right here that you guys can see, the grouping and discussion I gave for all the last thing are for right-handed shooters. This chart right here is for a left-handed shooter, because if you're shooting left-handed, this is how you can essentially, this is just how it breaks, and the same breakdown for left-handed shooters. So I'll put them up on, we'll put them up. It doesn't matter. You can find them online. I'll just make it easy and put them up. So, regardless, what you need to do is you need to shoot, put 10 rounds, look, put stickers so you know what group belongs to what, put another 10 down, and see. And keep doing it until it feels right and until your groupings are where they need to be. Now, yeah, John, lefties unite. That's why I pulled a left-handed diagram, because lefties always comment that, the right-handed diagrams. I'm like, it's just it in reverse. And they're like, nah, I can't, that doesn't help me. So here's the left-handed version. Now, here's the thing. Well, Mayor, here's yours. And like I said, I'll make sure they're up on the community tab after the stream. and you guys are more than welcome to print them out and use them. So here's the thing.
Okay.
Here's the thing. You're having issues with your red dot sight. If I had to guess, Mayor Wrench, you are taking your red dot and trying to align your red dot with your front sight. Or you are out of habit trying to, trying to align that red dot with your front sight, or trying to align that red dot with your rear sight. And if you're using a red dot sight, you actually shouldn't be looking. Right? My niece is a lefty and was from the day she was born. Like, even as a baby, did nothing right-handed. And they're like, oh, it'll change. No, not for her. And what you need to do is just watch. And don't try to use those sights. And that's exactly probably what you're doing. So, Mayor Wrench, I always say in those, don't look at the sights at all. At all. Just look at the dot. If you can't train yourself to ignore one or the other, you may have to just turn the red dot off. Get really good with it with, iron sights, straight sights, and then work with the red dot once you're comfortable with the weapon. But you're floating because you're trying to align the red dot with one of your two sights, because you're in the habit of looking for that front dot to be in between your rear sight dots. And so you're pulling up, or, it's wavering a little bit as you shake, and then you're adjusting more. So, that's generally what you're doing. I'm not a fan of red dot for many reasons, the least of which is it can be seen as an intimidation tactic or an act of provocation, that somebody will tell you, I saw the red dot on me and then I whatever. I'm not a fan. Do I have them? Yeah. Do I use them? Nah. And it wouldn't do shit on my long range weapons because the laser's not that powerful. The little dot sight, but
that you're not going to get a ballistic arc out of it.
Yeah. So the website does have a lot of interesting exercises. They do. And you can just go through them. And you're saying the other one, you can't lean back, you're in the wheelchair or sitting in one. What I actually recommend is making sure your wheels are locked. I have seen people in a wheelchair forget to lock the wheels well, and it pushed the whole wheelchair back. But the thing is, you can always, in a wheelchair, lean forward, put your elbow on your knee, and use your own leg or your own thigh as your bench rest, which should help with your shoulders. Have the torn rotator cuffs or being fatigued. Use your own thigh because you're sitting. So, that's kind of your best bet with that. But, the thing is, you have to remember in shooting, you do not breathe while you're shooting. What you want to do is, deep breath in, deep breath out, deep breath in, aim, and gently squeeze. It isn't a trigger pull. You're not pulling. You are just using the tip of your finger and you are gently squeezing the trigger. If you try to inhale or exhale in that short period of time, it will throw your sight off. So, it's not as much of an issue at 15 yards, right? But I mean, and Croc can attest to this one. If you're shooting at 15 yards and you're half an inch off, you're still going to hit the paper, right, Croc?
Yep.
If I'm a quarter of an inch off at 15 yards, being that I'm generally shooting at 1500, you're not even going to be in the same goddamn ballpark.
Nope.
That little angle of just off center is going to be 8 feet to the left by the time it gets down there. So the longer the distance you're aiming at, you need to remember. Now, here's the other thing a bunch of people have asked me about with sighting in. Remember that the bullet is going to be subject to the Coriolis effect. And when it leaves the barrel, it is an arc. So you figure out essentially the effective range and arc of the firearm and the ammunition. And instead of me trying to sight a rifle in at 500 yards, you sight it, which is going to be the second half. I'm going to have passed the 12 o'clock and I'm going towards the 9 from the 3. If on the 3, I've now passed my peak of the parabola at the 12 and I'm catching it on the downside. So you sight it in for the shorter version. And then you will have the same thing when you know your ballistics table for the farther distance. Things like Kentucky windage are a lot easier said than done.
One, if I can interject here real quick, like,
Uh-huh.
Coriolis effects aren't going to be really all that much of a problem if you're under about 20 meters. Anything over that, you might want to, and you're going to need to think about it just a bit. At a kilometer and a half to 3, you're definitely going to need to think about it. And you're going to feel it every time.
Right, and that's what that's why I was saying it's not an issue if you're doing short range pistol. I do have to take the Coriolis effect into account. I have to take into account CCW. You're not supposed to tell people that. We already discussed this. We're not supposed to tell them about the flat frisbee earth and the dome. We have talked about this.
We are not part of the Hunger Games.
Stop it. The dome, the space laser, and the frisbee. We've talked about this. Don't give away our secrets.
And for the record, if you happen to be on in the southern hemisphere, you sight and you expect your sight that you're sighting in from the northern hemisphere will work, you're in for a rude surprise.
Yes.
I mean, it's just going to be left versus right.
Very rude.
You're
going to hate your scope with a passion.
Yeah, I mean, whatever, but
basically, everybody, I've been blessed. I've had friends with lots of different weapons. Once you start learning your guns and what you are shooting and how to aim this gun, if you will go out and practice the correct form, you will become better at 15 yards, better at 25 yards, and better at 75 yards. Not all of us are going to be able to shoot somebody at a mile away and take all these different variables into effect. But when it comes to self-defense, typically stuff's going to be less than 75 feet from you that you need to shoot at. You know? So, go to the ranges. If that's what you want to do, take the time, go out there, put, a couple 300 rounds through your gun, then clean it, oil it, make sure it's in good condition before you put it away. And after 5-6 months, you can pick up weapons that you've never shot before and shoot a small pattern because you're so used to the handling of weapons that when you put your arm in this position, it's the right position. Whether you're shooting a 9 or a 357 mag Colt revolver, the bullet is going to go basically where you want it to go
Yes.
at that distance. And that's part of what makes the sport of target shooting fun is, you can sit there with a little 22 long rifle and make your own notebook paper if you really want to. Or
Now-
you can go out and put up the ones that look like human silhouettes and, shoot dead mass center all day long.
Now, what I'm going to say, in general, about these things is,
God, you're not wrong.
yeah. I wholeheartedly admit I have something called a bore system, which let me pull up real quick, but so I have a bore system. Now, hold on. I do have a bore system, but I can operate fine without my bore. So here's the thing. I'm shooting, way farther than the majority of people. But that doesn't mean the same thing doesn't apply. And the reason that women are better shooters statistically than men is because women have better physiological control of their breathing and everything. Not only that, women's center of mass, center of gravity is at our waist, men it's at your shoulders. So when you have a larger weapon that's got a lot of kick, if it forces your shoulder back, it's actually going to have more of an impact on your stance and your body position. Whereas women, it's at your waist, it's harder to knock a female back with that. So that's why you'll see, in theory, women, or in certain distance competitions, women will dominate that because of it. But anything can be overcome, any weapon. And the other thing is, Croc, I'll let you explain what the acronym is. You're going to hear a lot of MOA. Care to explain MOA, Croc? Croc? We lost Croc.
Yeah, of course we lost Croc. He's probably dealing with the small humans that he raises.
Oh, no, he's back. Croc, you want to explain MOA?
Dog. Yeah, sorry. I'm a little distracted at the moment. I'm sorry. I don't even know what the question was.
I asked if you want to explain MOA.
The minute of angle.
Yep. So it's the minute of angle. And what you're going to hear when you are also minute of angle. So what you're going to hear what you're going to hear a lot of when you're looking at guns is my Les Bear guarantees my Les Bear guarantees out of the box with nothing else, no changes, no sighting, out of the box, your accuracy is less than a 1/4 inch MOA. That gun is more accurate than 99% of shooters. It's not as big of a deal in short distance, but especially with like my Les Bear rifles, it is a much bigger difference. If you look at the difference between an AK and an AR will always be more accurate because it has a tighter tolerance than the AK does, and the parts fit together tighter. It's just the design of the weapon. So, you
However,
have.
because of the changes in tolerance, the AK can take the rounds that usually go in an AR and fire them all day, but a round made for the AK will not go in your AR, and if you try it, you deserve exactly what you're going to get.
I will also tell you, okay, and I say this all the time. Do not put P++ loads in a weapon they are not meant to go in. You will pull a Grand Thumb, what's his name? It's not AK guy. I think it's a Grand. You will blow up your effing weapon. Don't put high pressure loads in a weapon that can't handle it. Don't. It's not going to end well, right? It doesn't. Kentucky Ballistics, that's who did it. You're going to make yourself a pipe bomb, essentially. Don't. Can't tell you how many people were like, can you put a ++ P load into your Barrett? You're a idiot if you think I'm going to do that. So,
no, don't do that.
I'm not going to, unless you want to give
Say
me.
you did.
When people ask that, I tell them I will let them do it, but you're going to give me almost 20 grand up front.
Well, no, I actually have a story revolving
Hold
around
on.
that particular situation. Fucking
So-
dumbass.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm going to show you this BOR thing I keep discussing. So, BOR stands for the Barrett Optics Ranging System, right? And this is for us lazy people that don't really.
Sighting in with Shooting USA. Firearms news and information for America's hunters and sport shooters. Precision shooters have been doing the math for as long as there have been precision rifles, gathering dope and applying trajectory calculations,
Kentucky
dial
windage.
elevation for the distance and make a point of aim, point of impact shot. Well, the process of
Saw how many
gathering dope and
notebooks I
applying the
own.
calculations can be a time-consuming operation with the opportunity to miscalculate always present. Well, the people at Barrett have come up with a solution.
The Barrett BOR system. I've been dying to get my hands on one to try it ever since
I do have
found
one
it
of
at
these.
last year's SHOT Show. Now, I know that BOR stands for Barrett Optical Ranging System. But what does that mean? Well, I asked Chris Smith, Barrett's optics manager, to help me understand.
BORS is basically a ballistic computer directly coupled to the rifle scope. It was developed with the intent to remove the need to count clicks.
Well, that's his simple answer, but here's his more detailed answer.
We know how the bullet is going to fly. You know ballistic coefficient and you know muzzle velocity. For the 416, it's leaving out the muzzle at approximately 3,300 feet per second. Now, knowing that an approximate ballistic coefficient of 0.73, you can go through and build the basic trajectory table. By building that table, you can then download it to the BOR system through a USB connection and a PC and this port on the side. Then you go in here and you select whatever car, the 416 at 3,300 feet per second. Go ahead and sight your rifle on target at 100 yards. And from that point, it knows exactly what to do from then forward. So basically, if you have another target at 500 yards, you dial the display until it reads 500 yards, not worrying about temperature compensation or atmospheric conditions and things like that.
Well, he makes it sound pretty simple. Now, my rangefinder's telling me that the target all the way up on the hill there is at 337 yards.
And this is the cool
So
thing
all
about
I need
it.
to do is dial the elevation knob until the digital display reads 337.
So that is my BOR. That's what a BOR system is. Yes, I have them. Yes, they're very expensive. Sod, The bore computer actually does the calculation for humidity and air pressure and wind. It will sense it and automatically adjust.
Yep, it's got a whole sensor pack.
Yeah, it'll automatically adjust your sight. I
Yeah.
wouldn't call it cheating. It's real hard to do those calculations at 1.5 miles because by the time I'm done with doing that calculation,
The target's
even
moved.
well, the target can move, or the weather can change, or the wind can change. So if you're
And
not
all at
real,
the same
if
time.
you're not really fast with it, it's off. When you're talking about shots, 2,500 yards, it makes a big difference. See, Creed, and I understand why some people say, oh, that's cheating. It doesn't take out the variable of you being a shitty shot. Yes, it'll adjust your scope, but if you're pulling that trigger, or you're, leaning into it, or you have bad mechanics, the computer is more accurate than you are, but you're not going to get the accurate shot. If that makes any sense. But it does make it easier because it adjusts rather than you having to deal with clicks in multiple planes. It also makes it so that a precision marksman does not need a spotter that's doing nothing but sitting next to them, giving them the calculations while they're using the rangefinder.
It still doesn't hurt to have a spotter.
It doesn't hurt, but it makes it
especially for a long Overwatch. But yeah,
right.
No,
but it makes it so you don't need it. I can independently be someplace, and I fit a lot of places that guys don't.
Okay, I'm with you on this one, CCW. Seriously.
Okay, hold on. Sod wins.
There you go.
Thomas, Sod has taken your spot.
Sod does that periodically.
I haven't seen him say anything in the last about half hour or 40 minutes.
I'm just saying. Sod, you win on that one.
Sod's amazing.
Yeah, we love Sod. But, so there's kind of the discussion, I will put J. Michael sounds like fun. You want to
J. Michael, you pill pusher, you.
I know, right?
J. Michael, you want to come help me out over here? But
I should do that thing too. Okay.
Sod, are there any boars left, like the ranging systems? Yes, you can still get them. Why? Would you? Let me check my guy what he's charging for one.
Doesn't Barrett still make those?
Yeah. Yes and no.
Huh?
Yes and no. Let's see.
Clearwater, you are right. If you're passing out, you've got too many drugs.
Yeah. I mean, they're not still being manufactured at this point because there's other things, but I have my original boar and I will never give it up because I love it. Let me see if I know a couple places that still sell them though. So
what I wouldn't give for a good painkiller about now too. That's okay. Well, most of
J. Michael, you asked for it.
Don't work. So I say, fuck it. I don't want to get out of the opioid department.
I don't see any on the usual person that I get my stuff from. But if you keep a watch out sod, you can find them. You can find them. So, and it's just BORS, not there's no E. It's just Barrett's optics ranging system, and it uses loopholed optics. It uses a loopholed scope. But they're great.
I'll be your patient, J. Michael.
J. Michael, don't test me right now. CCW, yeah, you've seen them set up with those, but like I said, you know, you can still buy the bore. You just have to look for it. They're not as easy to find as they're not as easy to find as they were, because people that have them will not give them up. You know, the problem and the reason they stopped mass manufacturing is because now the computer in your smartphone is you know, just as if not more accurate, and you can plug your smartphone into the optics instead of needing a laptop to download it all in. So, you know, the board computer is great, but, you know, you have to remember, just in general, and yes, I make fun of Glock as the gun that Tupperware built. Here's the thing. And I mean, Croc, after I give this controversial statement, you and Patty can throw in your opinion.
Okay.
Look, you're getting what you pay for with a gun.
Yes.
We don't shoot guns like they come out of the box, which I tell gangbangers all the time, also known as don't shoot sideways. Sights don't work that way.
No.
It does not mean use it as you took it out of the box, okay? That's not how they're intended to work. We don't use them how we took them out of the box. But you are getting what you pay for. Everyone's like, why would you spend the kind of money on a Les Bear that you did? Because that gun will forever be more accurate than any mass-produced weapon. It is hand-fitted and done. There's no wiggling. When you have somebody hand-fitting every single... No, I get what you're talking about, Sod. I was just ignoring it. If you hand fit every single thing, yeah, Mayor Wrench McNome, in a way. So, you know, the $6,000 pistol compared to a $200 pistol that's coming off a line, which one do you think is going to be too tight? Like, have the best tolerance? All it takes is that little wiggle in the slide, that little wiggle, that little bit of gap fit. And that's going to throw off your accuracy. When you have a hand-fitted weapon, you are getting what you pay for. Is it a huge investment? Yes. Do you have to go that extreme? No. There are some very nice Ed Browns, Kimber Customs, Dan Wessons, very nice ones that, you know, very nice ones that are not that expensive. And you can be a cheapskate with it. You just have to remember your accuracy is what is going to suffer, as is the reliability. And everyone likes to tell me that their Glock is the most, it'll shoot anything. It's so reliable. You know, I literally watched someone with a brand new Glock out of the box load rounds, pull the trigger, and the entire barrel went down range and through the target.
Not good.
And I was like, excuse me. Last time I checked, I'd like to keep my barrel in my gun. Okay. But you don't have to be as crazy as I am. You know, and Sod, and here's where this is going to, I don't want to say be hypocritical. Let me see what the current remember the other night we were discussing my everyday, my EDCs. My almost everyday carry that I love is a Ruger P91 in 40 caliber. I love it. I have put probably 10,000 rounds through it and not had a single misfeed or failure to fire. You can buy them used for $300 because they're not in production anymore. You can buy one literally for $300.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, so, you know, Sod, marriage, like, if you don't want to spend thousands, go get, you know, a P89, P91, that series of Ruger. They're all steel. They are heavy. Most of them are almost all of them are used because they don't make them anymore. But you can get it for $300. Yeah, Crow. It's actually the same. So the Ruger P89, mine's a P91. They're the same gun. There's like minor differences, but they all fit the same holster. They all do. It's the same series. There's just minor tweaks, and they use the same holsters, and it's essentially the same gun. My P91 is my everyday. It's my baby. It's my child. And it costs, you know, what the front strap checkering on my Les Bear cost. The amount of money I spent just to get that front strap checkered.
Wow.
Is what you're going to pay for a used one. So no, you don't have to be crazy and buy thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands. Okay, CCW, you know, thousands and thousands of dollars.
Be safe, CCW.
Yeah. You know, on one. I know very few people who have Glocks that are that time tested and accurate. Because, you know, yes, who is it? Someone said, because I was called the gun that Tupperware built. Where were we? I just saw me and John. It's not a composite versus metal type of argument. It is. It is to a point. I always call it the gun that Tupperware built. If you look at materials engineering, right? Even if it's good Tupperware, right? Great Tupperware, the, you know, failure point and the point in which the composite material is going to fail after numbers of rounds because of stress is much lower than an all steel gun like my Ruger or my 1911s. You know, the composite and, you know, the plastic and whatever guns are not going to last as long. They might be real accurate and great now, and, you know, you can drop it, pack them in mud, whatever. But that's going to take a toll on it a lot faster. And for the people go, what about rust? Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot of gun oil and cleaning and wiping down your pistol to prevent those issues. Yep. Or cleaning rust off. But if you have stress fractures in a composite pistol, you're done. So I don't like Glock. I don't endorse them. I've had to use them. My godfather and the person that taught me to shoot, he owns a ton of them. They're just not my thing. I am a 1911. I am a metal steel gun person. I do own my Smith and Wesson is composite. I just Glock. I was called the gun that Tupperware built, and people get all upset. But Mayor Wrench, I can tell you that go find yourself that series of rigor sod. Pay the $350 you're going to find a used one for, and the thing's not going to ever do you wrong. I know very few people that have had an issue. I don't have issues with extractors. I don't have issues with failure to feed, stove, pipe, none of it. And trust me, that thing's been through hell. Your thought, Croc?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm right there with you. Yeah, you're definitely going to get what you pay for. Although German manufacturers are usually pretty good about getting their shit together straight.
CCW. I have a Para Ordnance P14 double stacked 45.
I would love an officer's double stack a 1911. Not so sure about Kimbers, but
Mayor Wrench, if you're going to spend the kind of money you're going to spend on a Kimber 1911, I would sooner get a Dan Wesson, an entry level Les Bear, which runs about the same thing as a Kimber 1911. Yeah, mine is $6,000 because it's a special edition, but you can get. Let me see what his current price list is at.
yeah, I'd love to see what a Les Bear 1911 would go for.
Hold on, I have his price list right here because I just got the new.
If I ever had that kind of money,
I just got my new. I just got my new catalog from him. His entry level. Let's see. Yeah, because I mean, like mine is, a limited edition one. You're looking at $8,000 or $9,000 right now. But his entry levels, 1911 custom carry 5-inch and 45, $2,600.
That's not terrible.
It's not at all. Yes, most of them are upper threes, 4,000, 5,000. But for under 2,500, he's got quite a few that you can get. And if you're somebody that doesn't want to just buy the Les Bear, right? For whatever, he sells components and parts. You can buy a serialized frame with the 45 feed ramp. You can buy his frames. You can buy his barrels. And you can do a barrel swap. You can change some of that.
Well, what around field I get if I asked to chamber one of those up to 50?
What? By who?
A 19. I wonder if I asked Les Bear to
he's
make
done them.
One of those in 50.
He's done them.
1911 and 50. That would be.
He's done them. He had one out about the same time as I had my custom one done, and it's almost $10,000.
Woof. That's a little stiff. Okay, that's a lot stiff.
But that's because it's being hand fitted, hand done by Les's son, by Les Bear Jr. himself.
Ooh.
My special edition was hand done by Les Bear Jr. $2,400. There's 6 different models that are right around $2,400 of Bear 1911. What? And let's see if I look.
I don't remember getting that.
What?
Oh, never mind. Carry on.
If I look right now, the Kimber, let's see. The Kimber Customs, $1,700 for an entry level. Yeah, there's about $1,000, less than $1,000 difference. And I can tell you, if you're going to
the bare necessities, says Crow.
Yep. Yes, Crow. If you're going to spend almost $2,000, and you're willing to spend almost $2,000 on a Kimber Custom, just wait another 9 months and just buy the damn bear, Les Bear.
Yeah.
The difference between a Les Bear and a Kimber Custom is still a world apart. The only ones I have ever laid hands on that were close to mine, like close to my Les Bear, is a Dan Wesson. I will never purchase from them, and I do not support, or an Ed Brown. I do not support Ed Brown firearms or him, and would never own one.
What's okay? So what's the story with Ed Brown? Why is he so hateful or hated?
So when I was looking for the Les Bear, right, I wanted to get a custom high-end handgun pistol, right? You're putting the money in, you know what you want. And I called and I was like, hey, this is what I'm looking for. Are you sure that's what you want? Yeah, I'm positive. Are you sure you don't want to go talk to your husband or your dad? And ask them if that's what the gun's
And
for
he
me.
got his head taken off for it.
The gun's for me. Mm-hmm. Do you want this or this option? You know what? You just want to have your husband or your dad call?
Yeah, somebody's being retarded.
But it's not just me, because I originally was like, well, maybe it's just the person that answered when I called. But then talking to people in the high-end gun world, because, it's a far smaller community than the overall handgun world. Because some of us are just fucking nuts when it comes to pistols and what we will pay for them. A lot of women had that same experience with Ed Brown and the company. That they were talked down to. They were asked if their husband, have your husband call us back and tell us what he wants. Look, jackass, I spec'd out every single thing down to the DPI of checkering. I'm good. On top of it, and I don't know how many people know this. Most gun manufacturers have a competition shooting team, right? Not just the people they sponsor, because they sponsor a lot more people than their competition team. They give you X amount of money, they'll give you certain weapons, they'll give you certain parts, but you're not a part of the company specific shooting team. The Les Bear competition team is 100% female. He said he's never even considered having a guy on it because women are better with breath control and the fine motor. And he's been that way since the 80s. So, which speaks a lot. But yeah, there was a lot of very rude behavior with the Ed Brown group. So that's why I don't support them. I don't have an issue with their weapons. They're great weapons. I just don't support companies that act like that. And you vote or you make I don't even say you vote with, you influence behavior with your money, not standing up here and virtue signaling. I could sit here and rip them apart on every stream. It doesn't change anything. But not buying it and getting other people to not purchase and patronize, like that hurts more than just running your mouth and writing a bad review. So I don't talk about them. But Beretta, I have a Beretta 92 downstairs right now in my safe. I will say, how much is a pair going? Have you seen how much they're going for these days? Patty, have you ever shot one? Patty,
Yes.
have you ever shot a para?
I've lost count at all the different guns that I got the opportunity to shoot. I
You know,
went to
there's
a range one day and we had a selection of 35 weapons. And it was everything from a Colt 45 revolver to a 50 caliber. you know, um,
me breaking my para down is on the site. Is on my
it's one of those
channel.
things. If I looked at it and saw it, I could probably tell you yay or nay.
Just go look on my channel. I have a video on it, but here you go. So you can buy a double stacked para ordnance, which is what I have. Okay. It is 14 rounds of 45 caliber, $840 for a 1911 that's double stacked.
Not
So-
bad.
Cool clear water. All day long, my favorite weapon that I ever owned, I had a Marlin 30-30 with a custom lady stock, and I was deadly with that gun. I absolutely loved it.
Mayor
Unfortunately,
Wrench,
divorce meant
what?
goodbye.
Mayor
Wait,
needs to
I'm-
go home.
No, I'm trying to figure out what Mayor Wrench, what response this is.
He's talking. I think he's talking with the price tag on your 1911 DS.
Yeah,
On my what? On my para? Oh yeah.
Yeah. They're not cheap.
$850 is cheap. It's what a SIG is.
350's damn cheap.
And that's what you're gonna pay for a SIG, Smith and Wesson in that size and caliber.
Yeah, at one point in time, I dated a guy, and I used to laugh that he had an arsenal, and I went in to do the serial numbers on all of his guns while he was overseas, and it took us 8 hours to go through his weapon collection.
Here's another one on that
You know.
on the same site that I just posted, guys. Somebody has got a para ordnance P1445 for $650. So you can get a used one for as little as $650.
Yep.
For a double stacked 45. And
Now,
you
the
can
one
actually
up over it is another $200. It's from Cabela's.
yes, Sod, that is a good price.
650 is good. I like the idea of 650, but again,
No,
you're
Sod
kinda-
asked me about the Ruger P89 DC for $340. Yes, that's a good deal.
Oh,
Yes,
no.
I have shot one of those.
Yeah, I have a P91, which is the exact same thing as an 89, pretty much. It's just a caliber change.
Yeah. I have shot one of those, Loki.
What the
They're-
para?
they're-
Oh, the
yeah,
para. Yeah, I
yeah,
have the,
they
I
are
have the,
nice.
yeah, I have the double stacked. 45. It has 14 plus 1. So yeah, no, Sod, that's an amazing price, and that thing won't do you wrong as long as it's in decent shape and doesn't have frame rust. One of the weapons that I always call it the family weapon. My dad has an original Colt Gold Cup 1911 in mint condition. You want to talk about a weapon that you should just, bow down to. Right there. Brand new Gold Cup. Colt. Those Colt Gold Cup 1911s are beautiful.
Aw.
Oh, that's so
CCW,
sweet.
that's cool.
That's so sweet.
Yeah, when my dad went into the nursing home with Alzheimer's, and I was moving, I took his entire arsenal and took them to my brother who was living in Florida at the time. And we used to laugh because I want to say it was like 8 or 9 rifles and a bunch of pistols, and I literally packed them in the trailer so that nobody would find them. If they got in there, they had to know where they were.
Oh, and by the way, West Virginia, as of today, has passed a legislation. It is now legal to carry a firearm on any university campus in the state of West Virginia.
Good.
Ooh.
They're one of the first states to
Now
do
that
it.
they've solved their pollen problem.
Oh, they still have issues with people literally holding court hearings in someone's living room. Family court in the recliner in your living room will come to you. Make sure we have snacks in the kitchen.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah, find friends that have guns. Say, hey, let's go to the gun range. You know, there's a lot of places where you can go buy different weapons and
You
you
can go
can
rent them.
test shoot them.
Yeah, you
You
can
know,
rent them.
yeah,
Or,
rent them, test
hey,
shoot them.
we get my channel up to a certain benchmark. We'll figure it out. We can all meet up someplace, and I will bring out an arsenal. I
my
have
first
weapons that that's going to be the only place you get to touch them.
oh
Fair warning,
yeah,
I'll be sitting there on the side with all the cotton cleaning cloths wiping all the human fingerprint oil off everything before they're put away. Because that's my thing. I never put a gun away with fingerprints on it.
Yeah, either do I.
Mayor McNome, my first rifle was a Remington 700 in 308.
I have an
Okay.
M1 Garand.
Guys, I was
Creative.
like 5 years old, and when my dad asked me and my brothers what weapons we wanted, I said, I don't care what weapons anybody has. I just want the Daisy Red Rider pellet rifle. I want that gun. And my dad laughed, and all my brothers said, you can have it. So I now have a gun that I shot 51 years ago.
Yikes.
Is in a gun case in my house.
Uh-huh.
And it still shoots.
That gun is older than I am.
Yes. And it still shoots. It's still in operating condition.
Nice.
And it's great for shooting squirrels. Oh, I'm not supposed to say that.
Yeah, nope. That rifle wound up in my dad's gun cabinet when I went to the military. Was never actually able to get it back from him before he died, and my uncle Rex has it now.
Yeah, that was the only gun that I asked for.
Sod, what about it?
He had some other stuff, but
Sod, what about it? What do I think of it? Or you know what? Speaking of everyone with the Red Rider, just FYI, when I was a fairly new paramedic, I got a call in the middle of winter to some kid that had I say kid, but he was like 22-year-old college student who had his tongue stuck to a metal pole in front of a bar.
Oh, jeez.
Because they convinced him to lick it. And they said
your eye out with that. Yep.
They said, and he was like, no, because in the movie, and they're like, no, we'll show you. The movie's a lie. Like, that's not really true.
Oh, jeez.
And he got his tongue stuck to yeah. I might have called for every fire truck, police officer, and ambulance within like 10 miles. And everybody was like, hey, what do you think? And I was like, they're like, what do you need us for? I'm like, nothing. I just, you have to see this. I just want to shame this kid. You see one for $650. Let me double check something on that. No.
I wouldn't mind having that Remington back.
But yeah, I was like, can we not?
After he poofed off with all of Dad's with like almost all of Dad's guns, he dropped contact with the rest of us.
Sod. Sod. My question is, it's 450 Bushmaster is the caliber, right? I mean, other than it being a little bit odd caliber-wise, yeah, it's a good gun. There are very few Rugers that I'm not a fan of. The only ones I really don't like are like the, little LDC-9. The, subcompacts are the ones that I'm not a fan of. But other than that, Ruger is reliable and great. But yeah. So
where are you from, Kelt? I have to be curious now.
Kelt, aren't you from? He's not in the US, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think he's US.
I know he's not U.S.
Sod, you found it in a different caliber than 450?
Interesting.
Because the standard caliber for that rifle is 450 Bushmaster. That's literally the standard caliber it's sold in.
Hey, JFK would know. So would Lee Harvey Oswald.
Yeah, I actually have a Henry repeating arms.
I want to know where Kelt got a Mosin Nagant, unless he lives out that direction. I haven't seen one of those in about 30 years.
Sod, like I said, I like the Ruger 5.56. It's just 450 Bushmaster.
It's been a while since I've seen one of those.
Just isn't a caliber that a lot of people go look for. Yeah, I have a Henry repeating arms, and I have no issue with it. A lot of it depends on what you want it for and what you're doing with it. You know, I'm a shotgun for home defense for most people person, because you can point it in the general area with some double-aught buckshot, and even if your aim's off and you half sleep, you know,
And drunk.
yeah, you'll do something with it. You'll get your point across, but you know,
Rock, if you're gonna do that though, rock salt loads are best.
no. But you know,
I'm not saying they're not a good rifle. I've seen some of them that were really nice. I'm just wondering where he found one. Because those things are rare, even in the areas where they were manufactured.
yeah, I mean, I have a Mossberg shotgun. You know, I have a Savage.
5.56 NATO. What kind of a rifle are we talking about here?
What, Sod?
Yeah, for sod.
He's talking a Ruger.
Okay.
The Ruger AR 5.56.
Okay.
And the AR 5.56 is originally
Hey,
a
Caroline.
450
Hey,
Bushmaster.
Caroline.
Yeah, as the caliber. You may be able to get it in others.
1984. I'm surprised you could get them then, because usually you didn't see them this side of the curtain.
Okay, you can get it in 5.56 NATO. Yeah, you can operate it with 5.56 NATO or 223 Remington. It was originally, you know, issued as a 450 Bushmaster. I like them. I like the Ruger ones. You know, but I have a Benelli shotgun and a Mossberg for my shotguns. My Benelli is amazing. Yeah, Sod 5.56 times by 45 is great. So, Kelt, you bought it the year I was born.
Which would make Loki my baby sister.
So, yeah, Sod, it's a great gun. It's just what you want to do with it. That being said, I think we're going to call it a night before I lose the rest of my voice. And tomorrow we will pick up the discussion on calibers now that we have done the how to figure out what you're doing wrong with your aim. What do you think, Croc?
Sounds like good to me.
Okay.
Unless we want to do some Jackbox, you can stick around for. I don't know. Probably not.
Yeah, we can do a round or two of Jackbox. I'll stick around. I just can't talk for another, hour about stuff because
Because I'm at the point where my review can pretty much write itself, and I have like almost a week to get it in. So I got I got time.
up to you.
Huh? That's what happens when you give me a when the boss gives me an assignment for a game review, and a game that's only about 4.5-5 hours long.
Yeah, I don't have enough of an attention span for things like that. You want me to shoot at something a mile and a half away? I got you.
Well, yeah, I got you there too. But depends. It
You don't want to put
honestly
holes in
depends on the
notebook
game.
paper with a 22 long rifle? Come on.
This one here,
Okay,
I
so-
already knew was going to be short. So
So ironically, and everybody who can watch Croco quit, what's it called? Cringe. When I first sighted in the Barrett, I accidentally shot a squirrel.
Oops.
ow.
Let me tell you how well that ended.
Oh, that's
that
what I was
a
going to
fine
do today.
pink miss. I can already tell you.
What? It
Poor
went.
squirrel was a fine pink mist. Oh, okay. That explains a lot. If you bought it at surplus, that would explain why it might be on this side of the Atlantic, or anywhere near here for that matter.
Yeah, Sod, that's a good.
Usually you don't
Sod.
find old Soviet weapons on this over here. You
Uh,
might
so-
might have a better luck with it now than you would have 30 or 40 years ago. But damn.
Yeah, Sod, that's a decent price for it. Yeah, no, I accidentally shot a squirrel, and the only thing left was you saw a puff of fur and pink mist, and oh, I don't think we found anything bigger than like a pencil eraser. And no, my shot did not go off target, and it did not affect my shot in any way. It went right through the squirrel with no problem. And then everyone told me I was mean. I'm like, I wasn't aiming for it. It jumped in line.
That poor beastie. You're
didn't.
not supposed to shoot at Margaret. Telling you.
I wasn't trying to. But by the
Wonder
time
what happened to her.
by the time I pulled the trigger, it had hippity hopped its little way.
There's our room code.
By the time I did, it had hippity hopped its little way over into my sight, and then it didn't go good.
It's time for the whiplash.
See if I can do this.
Let's see.
I see there's Zulu. Yes, I understand.
Oh shit! There's like 3 people up all at once. Daryl on board. We're gonna have issues.
Nobody gets my thingy. Ha ha ha.
Daryl Brooks described himself as a piece of poo. I'm impressed.
Loki, we gotta do something with your. We gotta do something better with your cough there. Sounds like you got the same crap that I had.
I don't know. Well, I told you not to give me that shit via stream.
All right.
Well,
my
My immune system really is that bad.
To get over it. I mean, literally 4 weeks I was sick. Today's the first day I've really felt good in who knows how long.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Come on. It's not going to be that bad, Caroline. Come on.
Caroline, when you're doing things like chemo and your immune system is suppressed to that of a wet tissue,
Whoa, Crow! Hey, Crow. Anybody else that wants to get in on the action can join the audience.
Well, it looks like we've got everybody right now. So
yeah,
we got a full group and one in the. Yeah,
okay.
So anyone else they can join for the.
And the audience. You can do that at any time.
And by the way, guys, I see. Wait, Jesus, Zulu, you need to text me. I'm mad at you, Zulu. Better text me. I'm mad. And who said rum? I think it was my CCW. I already did the Jack and honey and tea. And nah. Just text my phone, Zulu.
If you've played this game before, you know that my name is Schmitty, and I'm basically harmless. Oh yeah, hey, if you're not playing, you can still get in the audience and vote.
Stop putting yourself on there as okay. Daryl Brooks the poop. I love that one. Croco, fix your damn name. And turn yourself back to a squirrel, jackass.
I will do that next game. I can't do it now.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
I've just learned to be Snarky P.
I know, it's your rap name. I'm telling you. You're ever in a gang, she's Snarky P. She goes to prison to Snarky P.
I kick your ass. You make fun of my homegirl, I kick your ass.
I'm not making fun of the homegirl. I'm making fun of the guy supposedly running the show.
Everybody, I will remind you, the snarkier, more obnoxious, more ridiculous answers, the better. There's nothing off limits in this game here in the lair. Ask Opal what I did to him on Saturday in the lair.
Yeah.
I mean, not in the lair, in the game. You have to admit, I did good. Opal always says he wants to laugh. Doesn't he? Opal always says all he wants to do is laugh. And I don't think he stopped with some of my Opal answers. Patty and I share a wavelength. It was the girls against the boys on Saturday. And Patty and I cleaned up.
And then I cleaned up.
Yeah, we did.
Skwerl managed to clean up once too, but you know, we'll let him have it because he's Skwerl.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Huh.
Pope on a rope. Ha. I'm guessing we have Thomas around here somewhere.
No, I'm gonna guess it's probably Sod.
Nope, it was Crow.
It was Crow.
No, Crow.
Crow Minion. Good job, Crow Minion.
Did you know the Pope Hammer is actually a thing?
Yeah.
I can't tell you as a Jewish person how funny I thought the Pope Hammer was.
Oh. Yeah.
I was like, there's literally such a thing as a Pope Hammer to make sure they're dead.
Yeah. Yeah,
This
there
is
a Pope Hammer
amazing.
to make sure they're dead.
I'm just saying.
You want to hear something really cool?
Wow.
Next one up, the generational nickname for babies born 10 years from now.
Oh God.
All right, choose your favorite.
Boink.
Somebody's
I can turn it up.
Somebody's a long-time Lair listener. I can.
I turned up my computer.
No, that's not the problem.
Yeah, how long's Patty been here? Patty's been here for a long. I think you were at like 200 when I joined you.
Yeah.
Truly disgusting flavor for toothpaste.
I had you turned down.
Yeah, you had to.
Okay, everybody, pick your favorite quip.
Okay, we're coming up with some new stuff here. Daryl Brooks is playing. I love it.
All right, check this out.
Did you see what CCW said?
Roses are red, violets are blue. I got you this card, blank.
It's just filled with poo.
Yeah. This was not my question because the answer I would have put for that one.
Next,
Minion, you're knocking it out of the
what's
park.
made you dress up a pair of cargo shorts? Decisions. Choose your favorite.
Oh,
Nothing wrong with cargo shorts, Caroline. They have nice pockets in them. I like it,
pockets are everything.
especially when you're talking about my pants.
Loki.
I had to shout you out with the custom Christian banana hammock.
Good night, moon. All right.
Oh, we got some good answers tonight, guys.
Yes, we did.
Guys, tonight we are.
I bet this is from Daryl Brooks on the Grounds Earth. Yep.
And I was going with it just because that deserved some recognition. I don't care.
Yes, it did.
In the early 1500s, what would you nail to the door of a church?
Oh,
Oh, I'm so mad.
I wanted that one.
I would have had the answer I would have put for that question. Oh,
Okay, so back to something really cool. I was digging in a box of stuff that I inherited from my mother. It turns out my great grandmother went on a trip and brought back a
Come on,
pair of
Cody.
mother of pearl inlaid sandals from the Holy Land.
hmm.
And they're
Okay.
just
For
beautiful
those,
in a
for
bag.
those who didn't get it,
In the books. Let's see how the scoring shakes out.
Jesus is the Mexican pronunciation for Jesus.
Go
Actually, the
Crow.
Go Crow Minion. Woohoo.
Round 2 is upon us. Put on your best quiz because the points are doubled and the tension is thick.
Here we go, guys.
Although I really have a question now that I just got my one prompt. I have concerns about the person writing these questions with the one prompt I got.
I think I got the same prompt.
And I feel real attacked, as does one of the avatars. Or they will. Are you on the same wavelength as me, Patty?
I think I might have gotten the same question as you, but I got another one that could go two ways. I may have gotten one that was similar.
Whoever's behind Daryl Brooks is going to get it.
Yeah, whoever's behind Daryl Brooks, you're brilliant.
Leading off.
But anytime we can make things, interesting with Curtina, that's always good.
What is wrong with the group?
I was not answering that question.
Both answers. Everyone's like,
I
hey,
don't know.
my audience is the best. Well, you know what?
Yep, I had a feeling that was going to work.
Everybody in my audience puts the same answers.
Insufferable morning radio show.
Oh, dear.
That was awesome.
Here's the fun part.
Okay,
Pick
I
your
could do that.
favorite quip.
Oh, I didn't get that one.
No, that's not the one. No, that's not what I'm talking about.
No, but yeah, I get it.
Oof.
Sorry, Sod.
Okay, what's
I
next?
thought about it, honey.
What's behind the locked door? The real estate agent refuses to
oh,
show
damn.
you.
Kurt in a banana hammock.
All right, people, it's voting time.
No, that's where the sex dungeon is.
The problem is, they're still essentially the same thing.
Yeah.
And the fact that everybody here puts the same.
The most surprising thing in Batman's Google search history. And now it's time to vote for your favorite.
I would have said Robin porn, but okay.
Robin
That
porn.
probably wouldn't be very surprising. So, eh.
Sorry, Daryl.
Yeah, that's still not the question.
Response to send nudes. Now it gets real. Pick your favorite.
I like that one. The other
I'll go
one
with
is
that
hilarious
one.
too. Actually, what I would do is I would send Cortina's nudes.
Oh, there you go.
Nukes. Yeah, not much different.
Without further ado, the new
This one. I saw this prompt and I was like, what in the ever loving? Who was coming up with this prompt?
Objection, lawful grounds,
Here's
objection.
the fun part.
That's what I said.
Yay!
I'm gonna go with
He's
that one.
never gonna live that
Whoever
down.
was writing this prompt, I saw that. I'm like, are you listening to the street? Like, I'm feeling attacked.
You split
And we
it.
split it. Loki and I split it.
But the
How are you
problem is,
feeling
again,
attacked?
we essentially have all the same answer.
Oh God, what are we finding at McGnome's phone?
Okay, everybody, pick your favorite quip.
Okay, I know who wrote that one,
So do I, but still.
but I want that one.
Where's my box for it?
Everybody needs a box for it.
Go CCW.
Good job,
Yeah,
CCW.
CC. What?
Next up, if this player had a catchphrase, it would be,
Oh gosh.
Roar!
all right, vote for the one. Well picked.
I know where they all are. At least I know where one of them is. I don't know where she's going to be here in about 4 hours.
Good job, McGnome. That was awesome.
That's it for round two. Time really flies, huh? Let's see your scores.
Yes, you're a dog. I think I need to get a cat in here. Ooh, out in front for me.
Rocco.
Welcome to Rip
Round
Lab.
3.
All Rip Roads lead. On your device, you'll see a prompt that requires 3 separate responses.
Poop jokes. We've had
Okay,
those
Claire,
already.
you look a little freak, but you'll do great.
Whoop jokes
Several
always
of
do good.
them.
Give me a minute, Miko. One more.
I started one way and I went a totally different direction on that.
I was having a hard time deciding between the two possible directions I had as options.
Well, I typed up One Direction, then I decided no, I didn't want to do that.
I did the same.
So I went a totally different way.
And now I'm trying to open a bag of rice cakes. It's great.
Are they pounded rice cakes
running
or
out.
just rice cakes?
Vegan popcorn.
Loki, I was bad. I
We'll
went
get
off
this
my
over
healthy
with.
eating plan today and had ice cream. It was delicious.
The 3 things you would immediately do if you inherited $1 billion.
Ooh.
Ooh, I didn't get. That sounds like a good question.
Decisions. Choose your favorite.
Neither one of those sounds fun.
They bring it down. I think I'd invest in an automatic feeder for the dog.
Could be Caroline.
The first one, yes, it does, because then you could just put Alex Murdoch and Brooks in the same room together. It'd be great.
3 things Mars needs before we can live there.
Women.
Beer.
Mars need women's.
Beer.
Oh,
All right, choose
I know who did that one.
I know who did that one too.
DeLoreans. Beer, chicks, and DeLoreans. Hey, I can imagine, yeah.
Where I grew
The
up,
other
there was
one's
actually a guy that had one of those. We were always amazed by the butterfly wings on it. And then it was broken down one day in the middle of a wildlife refuge and just laughed.
the names of the 3 long-lost Kardashians.
Oh, dear. Yikes.
Okay, choose your favorite.
I'm going to go with the super yikes.
Yeah, interesting. Shartina, Crapina, Dysenteria.
No, they are the Skitty Pop popcorn mini cakes in vegan sharp cheddar flavor.
Those are like one of your
Yeah.
favorite.
The most surprising things hidden under sofa cushions.
Oh, please, somebody put Alex Murdaugh's guns.
Nope.
Time to
No,
pick
but I know
one
which
you
one I like.
I mean, my favorite things. It's not so much that they're like my favorite things, but they're easy on my stomach, especially if I'm nauseous. And then I can,
50-50. How the hell did that happen?
you know,
Well, we're playing
and
to a different audience tonight, guys. So, you're having to kind of work around, the snark to make it a little bit more palatable.
no, we don't.
Oh!
Oh,
And Loki wins and kicks me back into third place.
good job, Loki. And I got second again.
Oh.
Yes,
Okay,
he is a third.
CCW wins.
Yes. All right. The unexpurgated copy of Little Women. Yeah, no, I get that. All right. Since there's been a request, I changed my freaking name.
Me and John, I figured as much.
Mean John, you done good, honey.
Me and John, we love you. You did amazing. You did so good, sweetie.
Hey. Oh, no, wait. I have to change my name, which is there. And then I have to get a new room code. Hold on. Don't close those yet.
Mayor Wrench, I jumped that with that last one's the only reason.
Okay.
Let's go rim code. Now that I've taught Skwerl a lesson about letting it pop up before he's in.
The room code is DPSP.
Yeah. Dark fucking side pill.
No,
I'm gonna go.
I don't wanna
I'm gonna go with the special vibrator cactus. It'll be great. Because it does. It looks like that. DPSP. Delta Papa Sierra Papa.
It boots everybody when he had to exit out. Don't worry about it, guys.
Aw. Caroline, what did you do with the mouse after you saved it? Cool, clear water. It's D as in David, P as in Patty, S as in Sam, P as in Patty.
And now we got PewDiePie on board. I have no idea how.
PewDiePie?
He better send us some subs.
Double penetration scum. Oh my gosh.
CCW found it.
Mayor, I love you. You may just squeak, but you are perfection.
Squeaky boo. We have all of our players. You people can in. The rest of you folks can enter in when as audience members. Please do. It makes the voting much more interesting.
Yes, it does. Because you get a say so and who does it best.
Sit back and enjoy Quiplash 3.
We noticed, Mayor
Goodbye,
McNome.
Mr.
It's okay.
Brooks.
Oh.
I'm Schmitty, and I hope to meet and or exceed your quipping needs.
Mayor
today.
Mayor Wrench McNome, so are most of us.
Ready or not, it's round
You should
one.
see us on
We're all
Saturday.
good here.
Based on the
You should
presentation.
see us on
Saturday afternoon
Saturday.
at 1 o'clock on
Croc's
Crocus
channel.
Wolf. Yeah, it gets
No.
worse. It gets worse. Much
Oh,
worse.
yes.
Oh yeah.
Because
Patty.
none of us have filters. People are selected
Yeah.
because they don't.
Nice job, Caroline.
I'd have shot it.
I would have called my friend that had snakes and said, "Hey, I got a fresh one for you."
I had one of those. Love my snake. Once it hit
Yeah.
like 7 feet long, I had to give it up though.
Yeah, Monty was my friend's snake. He was about 5 foot. He was a ball python. He was really cool.
Yeah, it was a popcorn ball python.
Yeah, this one was just a wild type.
Yeah, no, this was like the popcorn colored albino.
Punching your vote.
I'll go with that.
I'll go with that. Yeah. Uh-huh.
I'm gonna go with that.
One of those is probably somebody's preferred choice.
And it was a
I don't have a
50-50
priest.
split
The
again.
most useless feature of luxury coffins. And now it's time to vote for your favorite.
One of those is not useless. If there's ever a zombie apocalypse, you would need
Apocalypse.
it. If there was a zombie apocalypse, you would be set.
Yeah, but they're not useful unless the occupant's alive.
What did I just say about a zombie apocalypse?
The
Oh,
BFG 9000 is short for big fucking gun.
I
And
know
all the
that.
Doom players should have known that one.
The worst thing about
I
being
know that.
Dixie.
I'm just saying it can be incredibly useful.
Now pick your favorite.
You know, you become a zombie, and then you need your weapon. It's right there.
Yeah,
You don't have to go
just to
steal
keep the
somebody's.
Doomslayer out. Just to keep the Doomslayer away, right? Sorry, CC.
W, I helped you. I tried.
It was doomed after it made
Oh.
Blake mascot.
Oh, jeez.
The slug. The slug.
All right, people, it's voting
I'll go with
time.
that because that would be bad.
Both of them are bad.
What is worse, especially if it is used first? That's terrible. Terrible.
Terrible, terrible thing.
Mayor McGnome got beauty pie, got Caligula
Next up,
inside. All right.
bumper sticker a goose would put on its car.
Take a gander.
Time to pick the one you like best.
Those are good.
I like.
Oh, that is a good one, McGnome, but no. We don't go there.
Yeah, let's not do that. CCW went for more clever and got rewarded for it.
Yeah, they could do that for the
Yes,
for the
they
dildo
could,
master.
Caroline.
Decisions. Choose your favorite.
Click. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Can't you click? Oh. Bang, bang. Okay. Click it. Click it.
I still love the banana slug mascot.
Good. Oh,
Loki, how do I always know it's you?
wow.
Did you share a
Okay, Loki,
brainwave?
sorry.
In this house, Grandma and Grandpa are known as blank. And now it's time to vote for your favorite.
And anybody that has ever heard story time on The Lair will know one of those is an actual reference to something actual.
Something that actually happened. Oh, ow, Caroline.
My first
And
pets
YouTube
were a
squared.
pair of Muscovy ducks named Hooker and Pimp.
Keep it going. Okay, wow. God just announced he is
Oh, God.
secretly prayers about blank.
I would have had an epic answer to this one.
Okay, choose your favorite.
Kurt finding a mail order bride.
And then her rejecting him. And then
Kurt
her calling
finding
her
the
out.
contact information for the prosecutor.
Oh,
Yeah, Caroline's got that one again.
Caroline, you're good.
Split. Ooh. Split's in my favor, no less. Wow. Thank you, folks. Appreciate that. I might actually come
I
out
took
with
a
points
lock
this
at
time.
round one's hair to remember it by.
Wow.
Let's look at the scores.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of splits here. I'm gonna have to up my
The
game.
more people involved, the more that's going to happen. And I'm still in Suckland.
Oh,
The hell?
look, Mare is in the lead.
Get yourselves ready because round two takes no prisoners. Double the points, double the anxiety.
Oh, noes.
I'm not even drunk enough to not be able to spell appropriately.
We all need to be drunk.
I'm not, and I still can't spell today.
I can't. There's no booze to be had for nothing.
Two good emojis to send when breaking up with someone. Vote away.
Oh, that's crazy.
Oh man.
gonna tell you today. What is up with that? You getting that squirrel butt of yours kicked?
Oh,
Oh, Jesus. Good Lord.
And now pick your favorite.
I want a screenshot of that. Seriously,
do it.
I
Do
want a
it.
screenshot of that. That's awesome.
Take a screenshot.
Oh. Where's my dragon when I need him?
You don't need him. I got it. I got you.
Thank you.
Oh,
Mayor McGnome, I love you. That is awesome.
Next on the docket, the secret thing you must do to pass the final exam at Hogwarts. Okay, everybody, pick your favorite quip.
I feel like one of those is a safe
present
quip.
for you, Patty.
Thank you, honey.
Oh, and you got a split on that. Wow.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Next one up,
That was a good one.
what is a sexy vampire's biggest turnoff? Now, get real. What's your favorite?
Okay.
Excuse me, I'm gonna die over here.
Okay, Loki, I'm gonna send you that screenshot too. Not this one though. Ow! Oh! Oh! Ow! Ow! Ow!
I didn't even require him to remove clothing.
And one for the no grub zone.
Okay.
Can we send that to him?
Oh my God,
Loki, that was perfect.
Okay. Wow, that's some fuckery.
I'm dying.
Moving right along.
Don't
An
die.
original thing.
Sorry, it was the best. Someone want to answer Mayor Bench?
Here's the fun part. Pick your favorite quip.
Watch it. So you guys watch it. I may actually decide to break out an IDE and get to work on one of those.
That means I was not fat shaming. I was trying to find a thing that a vampire would not find attractive, and that was the only thing that came to my mind.
No, you're fat shaming fat.
Yeah,
This is true.
you're
And it was
offending fat.
Cortina, not Kurt.
An
It was Cortina.
extraterrestrial's honest assessment of Star Trek.
I don't think they've seen Cortina.
All right, vote for the one you like best.
And I like Star Trek no less.
I do too.
Without
I have a
Most of
freaking
them, right?
lizard named after a Star Trek character.
McDonald dreams about. Now it's what's your favorite?
I like that one better. But I think that I could see that.
Pick your favorite device.
Oh!
Damn.
Oh, someone just barely missed getting whiplashed. Whoever
Yeah,
the audience
barely.
member was, they like you, Loki.
Goodbye round 2 and hello scores.
Yeah, I suck.
You and me both. It's okay.
Ooh,
Oh,
up to-
I'm just
second place.
I'm just below
McGnome's
the
kicking,
just below the
McGnome's
50
kicking
mark.
ass again.
Yep, McGnome's funny.
We
I
love
like
McGnome.
McGnome.
Receive a prompt that requires.
He's about to be the mayor of
Secret.
Quiplash Town.
Got all that? Good.
Mine were easy. I can't imagine. Okay. Come on, folks. We did it a lot, not let PewDiePie get us this time. Fucker. If that's actually PewDiePie, he needs to send us all of his subs. Loki's channel and mine, damn it.
Just a few seconds left.
McNome, come on, McNome.
Come on,
We can't
McNome.
leave you with this. There we go.
See what you've done. Based on your deeds, the 3 most likely things you'll be reincarnated as in your next life.
Oh.
Here's the fun part. Pick your favorite quip.
I know which one I'm picking. One of these things is not like the other.
I love this room, he says.
Me and John, we do have a lot of fun here.
Oh, somebody watched the QB Farms video. Oh no, I know what you're talking about. Aw. At least we got caught at some points.
Kids are made of things like sugar, spice, and everything nice. What are adults made of? Okay, choose your favorite.
Man, that's a hard one.
And the voting shows it. Hey, CCW. Your list is actually pretty good too.
Things you better not bring to a knife fight, chump.
Oh, that's hard.
No, I'm actually good. I'd actually be
Ouch.
okay with that. I'd be okay in a knife fight. Slingshot, maybe not so much. Of course, I'd probably have a gun, so. But then I know my way around a knife too. Kind of had to.
A better answer to that would have been
No, but Kurt and Glenn
drunk
Cereal.
Loki,
Wait, hold
drunk
on.
Patty, drunk Croco.
Kurt and Glenn Cereal would be perfect because anybody can run faster than those two idiots.
That's true.
You'd be
That is
safe.
totally
Like you
true.
could walk away.
Three
Don't
signs
have
you
to
checked in a
run.
really bad rental house. Okay, here we go.
All right, choose your favorite.
This is why I have the best channel. I'm sorry. I know everybody's like, oh, my audience is the best. No. I will see you, your fucking 20,000 subscribers, and raise you my 800 assholes. We win.
807 earlier, by the way.
Yeah, I was
Three
at
dead phone
810 yesterday, but I lost a few. It's okay.
You're still 28 up over last month.
I know. I'm just saying.
No, you got me again.
McNome is the mayor of Quiplash.
Yes, he is.
See, the mayor wasn't quite getting it last night. He's on his stride today.
McNome, you are officially the mayor of Quiplash on the channel.
Squirrels in my rear. Oh my
Again.
gosh. Again.
Squirrel likes being there.
No, that's Opal. Okay.
Opal just wants to be the dragon between his two white girls. That's why he wants the throuple.
That's why we offered to give him pickled opal eggs yesterday.
Yeah.
On Saturday. Yeah.
Yeah. That was fun.
All hail Mayor McNome.
All right. Do we want to go one more round? Do we want to switch over to murder mysteries, or do we want to hang it up?
Let's do one more round of this.
One more round. Anybody want to take off?
Mayor,
no?
I am proud of you. You are the mayor of Quiplash Town on this channel.
All right.
We need to have a special something we can ship out for people that win on Quiplash.
One more round. Boop. One more round it is. Same players. Go. One more round and I can make last place. Oh, wow.
CCW, just channel all the snark. I know you've got it in you.
CCW, just pretend like you're hanging out with all your best buddies.
Crow, you can't. You're already in it. Sorry. Try again.
With round one.
We're keeping you.
I'm going to have to update my inner asshole.
Let's quit.
I still have 2 more of these jack boxes to get before September when they release number 10.
No, Crow, we like having you here. We're not giving you up that easily.
Crap! I thought I was gonna backspace that because I had something else and I hit the enter key instead. Damn! I hate it when that fucking happens. Okay. You're not getting out of that one.
Okay, I'm being disgusting. Just fair warning. I apologize.
Who cares? You don't need to apologize. It is 11 o'clock. We're 3 hours into the degeneracy. Fuck it, apologizing at this point.
It's after 10. It's after 10 Central Time.
But I'm just saying, fuck. At this point, the degeneracy has gone long and far.
Yeah, and it's not gonna get better at this rate.
I just stepped it up to private college girls level.
Please note the thing that is currently provided by E. Caroline.
Susan has such a youthful glow.
Yeah, I saw.
Ever since she started washing her face with blank. Okay, time to choose.
I like that one better because the other one just doesn't bear thinking about. I don't even want to think about that. One of them
is really disgusting, and one of them is not.
And some of it's not the same.
Okay, what's next? The worst thing to use as confetti.
Oh God!
Oh, it's getting bad.
Yes, my channel has officially reached new lows. I love it.
And just laughing with everybody here. Yeah, that's just the point behind these games, and why I turned the adult filters off.
Oh, that's just. And they split.
Somebody didn't vote. That's okay. I'll split it 50-50. I'm good.
You're 12 years old and you just got a blank check. What's the first thing you're buying?
Hookers and blow.
Decisions. Choose your favorite.
Let's do it.
Nebraska, you did. Nebraska, you get right back.
Oh, Nebraska
right in the
Jeff,
middle.
you were in.
I'm sorry.
You were in for problem. Oh, it said the first thing, not the first list of things.
First, she asked for legs, then the Little Mermaid asked for blank.
Oh God.
And now it's time to vote for your favorite.
I'm not even sure what somebody means by BBL.
Brazilian butt lift, the Kardashian ass.
Oh, okay. That'd do it.
Thank you for explaining that to him.
Brazilian butt lift. They suck the fat out of everywhere else and inject it into your butt cheeks like the Kardashians.
Yikes.
Oh.
A porpoise in life.
Next on the docket, got blank. All right, people, it's voting time.
$50-50. With a little bit extra for Snarky Pete. So PewDiePie is going down.
Next one up. What's the perfect hide and seek hiding spot? Okay, everybody, pick your favorite.
Thank
clip.
God somebody didn't put in Kurt's pockets. Nobody wants to reach into
In
that
his
mess.
bedroom.
Or Kurt's ass. Oh, CCW's been down for a little bit.
In the box with Grandma.
I tried, Curl. I really did.
Next,
CCW, don't worry, you're doing good.
a landmark you find weirdly attractive. All right, people, it's voting time.
Mayor McNome is definitely the mayor of Quiplash.
Let's see how they handle.
Yeah, I'm about to like give him an official channel title.
Hail. Now it gets real. Pick your favorite.
I know which one I picked.
I mean, either one of them is a better use for what most people use it for now.
Oh. Yikes.
Wow.
I should have gone with condom.
Is but a memory. Let's see those scores.
We know we got the mayor of this game already.
Yeah, we got the mayor in here. We're kind of screwed. What? Ooh, Loki, go. Go, Loki, go.
That's
Go,
not
She's
gonna
a pretty
last
ball this
long.
time.
I call round two.
Round
Props are
two.
more out there, and the points are doubled.
Fright!
Back door's
Slimy.
open.
Okra's too slimy. It's like boogery. I feel like my one answer that Mayor Wrench McGnome's gonna be one of the few people that no, most of them should get one of my
Lance, back
answers.
door's open if you want to go outside and go potty, honey. You're running an hour late on the potty meter. Yes, it's still like close to. It's 61 degrees here in Little Rock still today.
34 in Pittsburgh.
Oh, it was gorgeous. It was 70 degrees. The sun was out. There was a light breeze. I actually got
We hate
sunburned.
you. I've got 8 degrees
Okay, we're
here.
waiting on Sod and PewDiePie.
Come on,
Time's running
Pewdie.
out. Wrap it up or use a safety quip if you have to.
It's only 4 degrees warmer here than it is in Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
You excited? I'm excited.
I like being in the South.
So do I generally.
The name of an intensely competitive cooking show. All right,
Ooh.
vote.
I like that one.
I would have gone with, Jeffrey Dahmer's,
Yeah.
Jeffrey Dahmer's kitchen or something.
Hoof!
Good job,
I think
Skwerl.
somebody thought that was
Moving
Loki's
right
call.
along. A
No.
character theme for
No.
your debutante ball.
But it was a good answer.
And now it's time to vote for your favorite.
Blanche, you already ate the ice cream. You can't have any more. Go outside. Oh, Crow Minion hit a tie.
Let's see the next one.
Here, McGnome's got it.
Scandal will rock the North Pole this year.
All right, Loki. Stop it. I just got whiplash, I hope.
I don't know. They're both hilarious.
We should do this and take pictures of it and just send him.
He creeps and watches.
Oh, does he?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I hope yeah.
Yep, whiplash.
I knew it.
Because last time I was being mean, he
Oh my
blocked
God,
me from
I
the
can't
channel.
see.
Sorry, Mean John. You know it's funny.
All right, choose your favorite.
Man, got
If you
screwed
need
by
a book
Loki
to do
again.
that, then you got a real problem. Oh man. Well,
Sorry,
CCW's
Sod.
doing good.
sorry, I'm the writer in the room.
An error found on Wikipedia.
Oh, God.
Your favorite quip.
That one's almost guaranteed to be Patty on the left there.
Nope. It was
No?
not me, but wow, that's awesome.
I like it.
Yeah.
Someone's going for the cheap jokes.
Mean John, don't make me draw that.
Okay.
I'm gonna draw fucking Cortina stripping on the North Pole as a stripper
Keep it
pole.
going. A gentler way to say low sperm
Oh, God.
count. Decisions.
I
Choose your
assume
favorite.
that Ed would be erectile dysfunction.
I would have just put
Although
Kurt.
the other one's like really old.
Yeah.
I would have just put Kurt as the answer. Kurt.
Yes, Mean
Mean
John.
No, Mean John, you
Not
are
a bad
not a bad
We love
influence.
you.
You are an amazing influence, and we love having you here.
Yeah,
And
there's no
that
way I'm gonna win a quiplash tonight.
Describe the cover model on the medieval hunks of 1506 calendar. All right, vote for the one you like better.
So, by the way, Patty, just so you know, I got half a can of Pepsi sprayed on me at dinner time because someone didn't realize they'd been shaken up,
Yeah.
and so I'm currently wearing one of the princess's T-shirts, and it fits.
Oh dear.
Crazy.
I'm not. I think 1509
Let's see
might
the
be a
next one.
little early for Martin Luther.
What God was thinking when he invented testicles?
Oh dear.
And now pick your favorite.
Oh, those are good.
Mayor Wrench McGnomes, the one of them's calling his name.
Yeah, it is. Completely.
CCW. Oh. Maybe CCW will get his wish this time. If I don't mind
CCW,
it,
you're not
but-
wrong.
No, you're not.
Well,
You're
you
not
know,
wrong.
they were going for the last chicken in the shop look.
I'm just gonna go with the pocket parts
Oh, I
theory
can think.
because
Oh, I'm at the top of the bottom half now.
Hey, look, and McGnome's in my rear this time.
Riplash. A crazy final round that came to me in a fever dream.
Oh no.
Oh, yes.
thruple lash. I apologize now. And I'm blaming all of you and saying it's due to lack of oxygen for making me laugh that hard while I can't, while I'm coughing. I'll apologize right now. I don't like when it says you're done. That's mean. I'll tell you when I'm done.
Tick tock, time's almost up.
There's 4 people in the audience.
And that's time. I hope we didn't rush perfection. Are you ready for magic?
I believe it's magic.
3 things you'll
Oh,
find
God.
in any pack.
Oh dear.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
Time to pick the one you like best.
One of those is definitely a safety quip.
Actually, you
don't
can't
think so.
safety crip round 3. The only way you get a safety crip is if Schmitty comes in and we've got 8 players, so he won't.
Oh.
Mind you, I've been around too many British people too many times, so my definition of a fanny would be different from the American one.
Kind of like a fag's a different definition than the American one.
Yeah.
Yup.
I love a good fag,
3 things.
but I quit smoking them years ago.
Oh my God.
Freaking, we managed this again.
Oh, it gets worse.
It's not gonna get better.
No, because neither one of those are me.
Nope.
When you see mine, you'll see why I apologized.
Revenge is a dish that is best served cold, Loki. That's and in
No.
advance.
Oh my God. No, you don't understand. When you see mine, oh no.
It was me versus Patty.
No, it's going to take it. No, trust me.
Decisions. Choose
Oh,
your
I
favorite.
clicked. Whatever.
I'm gonna go with that one.
I clicked
Like
I'm
the
gonna go
wrong.
with this other one because
Well, I
the
went to
first one there.
I went to click and it automatically picked one because I was trying to switch windows. So,
Oh,
but no, you think I wasn't even apologizing for yours. Wait till you see my answer. Oh God.
I hope he's trolling us tonight because that would just be funny.
I don't give a fuck.
3 things the worst couple you know always brings to
Oh,
dinner
God.
parties.
Was this one yours?
Mm-hmm.
Here's the fun part. Your favorite quip.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I
Somebody needs
wonder.
to stack
I hope
cards.
not.
It looks like it.
Loki wins. At least that round. Oh shit. No way I'm getting into first, I guarantee it.
The final scores.
Me and John,
Oh.
we love you here. We're keeping you.
Hey, wait.
Congratulations,
How the hell
Loki.
did I get the first loser? Damn it. I hate it when that happens. Okay.
It's because you beat me on the Cortina crap.
Okay, well, yeah, I'm sorry. Christina using it as a stripper pole is still our best so far tonight. Okay, well, to all the beasties here fucking around and being degenerates, thank you. I love you. You have no clue how much I love you. You guys are amazing. And we have fun. Tomorrow night, 8:30, and we'll talk calibers and then we'll fuck off and play games.
Okay, sounds good to me.
Love you all.
See
I will
ya.
see you all tomorrow. Bye, guys. Mwah.
Love everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, folks.